What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant. Dove's coming down from his amazing trip to Burning Man. We had all the boys come to Burning Man, which is the most magical place on earth. It's literally my favorite place in existence. I think it's the most creative, inspirational, kindest, most generous. I'm the best version of myself there, and I think you find the most impressive and incredible version of humanity there. That being said, there is a cost. There is a cost.
We didn't do a Tuesday episode, so apologies for that.
Oh, yeah. We didn't do a Tuesday episode.
That's part of the cost. You guys got to pay too.
You guys had to pay in that regard. So we have a lot of funny stories that I'm sure we'll get in. I don't know exactly where to start from this, but Dove, you definitely came in hot to the studio today.
What do you mean fuck off?
Why fuck off?
Nothing. This
Why
your
are
show.
you so angry at me? Why are you so angry at me? This was a great place.
Okay, ended a magical trip with you.
Yo,
You came back,
Yo, on the playa, you guys were there was no fighting whatsoever.
I know.
It was so beautiful,
Dude,
harmonious.
That Molly or Exy would hit, and the Dove would do this really adorable thing. Can you go to the wide? Can you go to the wide shot? Stand up. We'd be hanging and we'd be dancing, and Dove would come up next to me, and then he'd just kind of tuck his arm like that, and then we'd just be both dancing together. That was the most beautiful, sweet thing.
When you were on Tesla, he was like, "Hey, go up and hug Andrew right now," because he wants to give love. He goes, he wants to give love, and he's hugging fucking strangers. So just go give him
Scotty,
a hug,
bro. Yeah. I was hugging Scotty. Scotty gave Alexx Coke.
He was looking.
And then I gave it to you.
No, I didn't do that Coke. I didn't do that Coke.
But
I didn't do Scotty's Coke. But shout out Scotty, man. Yeah, it was just, I don't know, what a cool fucking time. How did you guys like it? I was excited. Oh, yeah, or maybe Akaash. How did you like it?
It was about 8 magical hours, and then I fucking destroyed my foot.
Akaash came in.
Well, you were supposed to get there
5
Tuesday.
days late. He was supposed to get there Tuesday. He ends up coming Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday.
Builds his bike. Somehow finds a way to puncture a hole in it, which was, I think an allegory or something like that. He punctures a hole in the tire, which is, it's God going, don't take the bike, right?
I told you guys, didn't I tell you? I said it. I said I should not be on this fucking bike.
But the playa provides, and Ben Uyeda comes in and finds a way to get a new bike tire, switches the bike tire, we get the bike going.
100%.
Akaash gets on the bike, we're biking, the first time we're biking, falls off, breaks his foot.
But we didn't know that. We left.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we just left.
Yeah. I was trying to keep up with y'all.
I was coming down, and I was like, I don't have enough energy for all this. Somehow Chris was there, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm so happy you invited him.
I didn't.
Because he's the one that took me to the hospital.
No, Bobby did.
Okay, well, either way, he's the one that took me to the hospital. The rest of you guys were fucking zonked out at like 3 in the afternoon. I'm sitting there busting my ankle 15 hours, and I didn't know I fucked it up. I've been walking on it all night like I'm fine.
Yeah.
Then I took my shoe off, and it just blew up.
Oh, that's right. Oh, because you were on the Adderall.
I had a quarter of an Addy, then a quarter of an Addy. Yeah. And I was like, I don't think this is working. And then later that day.
Go.
Then later that
He didn't think it was working. This is Adderall. They give this to children. They literally prescribe it to 9-year-olds. And we put them in front of like this art thing that had like lights going up and down. You put on some glasses. And Akaash put on the glasses and everything turned to hearts. He goes, what the fuck? Son, it was so amazing to see. The youthful cheer. He puts him on, he goes, get the fuck out of here!
I did that.
Oh, you gotta try these on, bro. You gotta try these on. What the fuck?
That was with a broken ankle.
With a broken ankle.
Oh, fuck. And I was like, yo, this Adderall ain't doing shit. And then I was like, how did I walk fucking 8 hours on a broken foot? And I was like, oh, the Adderall was effective.
Yeah. Wait, how did you break your ankle falling off the bike?
Son,
It's
I
sand.
don't know, I'm me.
Yeah, he can't ride a bike.
He said it's sand.
It's sand.
I don't know, something got caught in the bike somehow.
Yeah.
As it fell. To be honest, I don't know. I'm me.
Yeah.
I be breaking shit in a way that you shouldn't. Nobody else should get hurt riding a fucking e-bike.
It's cat, bro. It's motherfuckers like, if I hurt myself, I can stay it off. He the rest of it.
Yeah, he was ready to
That was a good move. That was a good move.
He was ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
The bike lock incident with Dove?
Oh, yeah, where we got the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
crazy.
3 more times.
Yeah, where I helped you.
Thank you.
So do you feel like you're coming down a little bit?
No.
It's okay. We all have the come down.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah?
I'm great.
You sure?
You know I'm great. You know I'm great.
You don't sound great.
He was getting complimenting me.
Son, it was mad funny. When you left in the craziest way.
Yo, that was
you
nuts.
I mean,
Nobody
it was
knew.
Like
What
a
happened?
vagabond, son. You just hopped on the back of the truck, rolled your way out.
Like a garbage man, bro. Just fucking hanging on.
No, not a garbage man. The garbage he left on the trailer and his underwear and everything else that I had to fucking clean up.
I had your clothes in my suitcase. I was like,
Listen,
what the fuck?
Listen, it took Dove like a few days.
Yo, I enjoyed Birdman.
I was wondering when it was gonna kick in with Dove, right? And specifically because like one of Dove's greatest skills in life and how he provides a lot of value for like his friends and family is negotiating.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah.
Is negotiating.
And Crying Wolf, he does that a lot.
Oh well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But one of his amazing abilities is to negotiate. And now he's in a place where there's no need for negotiation.
You're back on
Everybody's-
this little fucking thesis of yours? Shut up! I dance harder than you. I provided every party for everyone. It's
a competition.
Every DJ that you
Listen,
wanted to see. You
what-
follow
What I
Dove.
said in a nice way is what Dove does for value is take from people and give to his friends. He takes and gives, right? So now he's in a position where he doesn't have to take because people are willing to give. How does he find that? And I swear to God, it was like day 3, and he walked up to me at like breakfast or something like that. He's like, "Hey man, can I get you a beer or something?" And I was like, "What?" And I didn't say anything about it. And I went to Al. I was like, Did you see Dove?" And he like gave me something without needing anything. And then he goes, yeah. And I go, okay, we'll be quiet, let it happen. And then the next day, he comes in and there's like, hey, you guys thirsty? You guys want like drinks or anything like that? I'm like, holy shit, it's like really taking on. 2 nights later, we're all in the RV, absolutely fucking shit-faced. It's actually the morning, it's like 10 a.m., right? We're absolutely destroyed. Dove comes in with a girl, right? He comes in, and Dove started making sandwiches for everybody. I cannot believe, and he literally, and I thought he was just gonna make it for himself. And then all of a sudden, the sandwich comes over my shoulder, and it's not just a bullshit sandwich.
What kind of sandwich you want?
It's with the fucking sauce. He likes the mayo and shit like that. So he's putting the mayo, the cheese, the chipotle mayo, the thing. Oh, let me give it. Oh, Akaash, do you want one?
You want a sandwich? You want a quesadilla?
Everything like that, right? The girls went, and all of a sudden he goes, oh, I think I need something from the other RV to make the sandwiches perfect. Goes back out, comes back in, right? He goes, oh yeah, I guess we didn't have any more. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, Dove has really changed, right? He goes back into the other RV with the girl. And then we wake up like 6 hours later, and I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know that was like really sweet that you like made those sandwich for us, and it's like amazing to see what's going on, like how this is taking hold of you, and like you becoming this like generous, kind person. He goes, no, I just had another girl sleep in the RV, and I couldn't take mine in there. So I had to make y'all some sandwiches so she could get the fuck up out the RV.
I was like, you stay here. I gotta handle something.
He goes, I went searching for fucking Chipotle mayo 7 times trying to get this girl out the bed. She's sleeping.
Son, she hung out there the whole night. It was crazy.
Nobody told me this bitch was in there.
Same.
I go to Dove's room, and she's sleeping in Dove's room, and then I just see a girl there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I thought I was in the wrong RV. I was like, fuck, I did too many drugs,
Yo,
bro.
by the way, you know how you know Dove was still Dove? We have an RV, right? There's like a bedroom area with a curtain, full-size bed, queen-size bed, whatever it is. Dove is there. Al is in like a bunk that's not great, but it's also your own space. They saved the couch for me. Fine. I'm there late. That's how it should go. But Dove says to me, you actually have the best spot because it's right underneath the air conditioning. I'm like, it's a fucking love seat, bro. It's too short for me. It's too short for me. How is the best spot?
Right underneath the air. We saved it for you. Both of us could sleep there, but we chose not to sleep there.
Direct flow, top to bottom, direct flow.
Dove is the king, bro.
By the way, it was a very simple fix. I did one thing, and then you were like, how the fuck did you get the AC to work? I was like, bro, you just close this vent, and then it spreads throughout
say
the
the
whole
real
trailer.
reason. He didn't want the girl to have the AC because he didn't want her to be that comfy. So he turned off the AC.
Yeah, boil a frog. Get her out of there.
I want to say that's the truth, but I did that to Alex, actually, so I could get the bedroom.
No, you didn't.
This motherfucker.
No, you didn't.
This motherfucker,
This guy is
bro.
crazy,
This
bro.
motherfucker.
Hot. and the upstairs area is closest to the vents.
Hot air rises.
Yeah, dog.
Hot air rose
Came
up.
back to bite him in the ass because he hated the room because it was so hot.
That was me acting.
You don't believe this? Y'all believe him? Wait, y'all really believe this?
You deserve everything.
Thank you. Why do you think I didn't feel bad for him? Why do you think I didn't feel bad for him?
Kidding me?
Thank you.
Yo.
And y'all let him text y'all all on the side. Oh, Andrew's acting crazy. He's the crazy one.
On this motherfucker.
We made an agreement in the beginning. We're like, oh, we'll do 2 days and switch off or whatever the case is. And then Dove was like, shit, your area is so cold, I'll let you keep it or whatever the case is. Like, he's just being so nice. And I'm like, fuck. Every day he's like, damn, I woke up sweating again, bro.
Akaash did show me that you could reroute it.
I really don't think he knew, because when I did it,
he did
called
I'm
from
making
a
a
closed
joke on
curtain.
that.
He goes, "What did you just do?"
Can we tell you about that curtain?
He did.
Hold on.
He showed me the
Hold on.
reroute.
Can we tell you about that curtain? Okay. So on the way up, so Dove goes, as you can tell from this podcast, he goes 0 to 100 about every single thing.
Yes.
If there's a rapper in the office that is misplaced,
Yeah.
he's screaming at Miles. He says, "I quit."
He hates that
None of
music,
you guys
yeah.
could have snacks anymore. He tries to take their snacks like they're 6 years old, like they don't make
Who
money.
still buys the crunchy granolas? They
You
get
know-
everywhere.
You know when a mom has had enough of her kids?
Yeah, this is where Dove is.
That's Dove all the time.
100.
A year.
Always.
I have
Okay.
a year.
So they driving up. Alex and Dove are driving up, okay? And
I saw this.
Vala and me are driving up, splitting the drive in another RV. Splitting
what drive?
No, you drove, I paid. Splitting the drive.
Splitting, yeah.
Split. Everybody has their responsibility. Everybody has their gift to the camp.
How you fall asleep on the drive? You left.
Oh, you weren't even awake?
I didn't fall asleep. I didn't fall
What seat
asleep.
were you in? What seat
Say
were you
again?
in? Were you in the passenger seat?
I went to the bed
Oh
for a
my
little bit.
How crazy is that?
Crash that shit, bro.
No.
Take it off the road.
No, I didn't.
No, I kept doing that. I kept going off the road.
I wake up to that. So I was in the front seat. I didn't go back. All right, so we're driving, right? Now, what none of us know in this moment is Dove actually has like a crippling fear of dangerous driving because he's lost lives. He lost
People he
friends,
loves.
people he loves to car accidents. So he is like hyperventilating like through text with us all the time. Now, Al can now listen. They're following us, so we're just going as fast as Vala can go, right? And then Al's following us. Al drives quickly already. He's a fast driver. So I start getting separate texts from Tom. Right? Now I'm thinking it's the same thing as the Diet Coke in the office, right? And he goes, what Alex is doing right now is disrespectful. He keeps saying disrespectful. He goes, this is just disrespectful. I should be.
Read the text. I'll flip the table over right now. I'll burn this shit down, bitch. Listen, Al doesn't even drive. His Tesla drives. He puts weights on the wheels. He sets it to 95.
Wow.
This guy's snitching. I'll burn this shit down.
I told you my shit
House
stinks,
of Dragon this
I
shit.
told you my shit stinks.
He just said Tesla, he got high. Look at that.
That's all he says, a button. All right, so they're going. I get the text from Dove, right?
I'm following there.
I get the text from Dove. It goes. First, it starts as, could you guys please slow down a little bit? And we go. We're just driving whatever miles per hour. It's fine. He goes, listen. He goes, this is a huge fear of mine. I'm telling Alex to slow down. I'm asking him to slow down, and he is just disrespecting me. He will not do it. I literally said, can you just go the speed limit? And then Al said to me, and I quote, and he puts quotes, he goes, that's not how I drive.
Yo, I love it. I
told Vala, because I'm dying laughing. I can't die laughing and not tell Vala. We stop in a random place. There's donkeys outside. It's like the most like middle America shit you ever seen in your life. And then we're all laughing at it because I think it's Diet Coke. I think it's whatever, right? And Dove finds out that I told Vala, and he goes up to me, he goes, you share my personal my personal text messages.
This guy cries wolf all the time.
Cries wolf? This is how Al passes. There are 2 fucking RVs, let me tell you. A small car passes a fucking semi-truck. Vala at 85 is passing another one. We're at an incline RV. As soon as he gets in and passes on a 2-lane highway, I was like, well, I guess I'll go too, which is the absolute opposite of how you fucking pass. Even in a car, you wouldn't do that shit. And I was like, gotta go. And he's just like, let God take the wheel. And he fucking follows Vala by like hundreds of yards. 5 seconds after we go on the lane, a fucking blue semi-truck just comes right in there. I'm like,
what happened though?
You can
like
die.
4
You can
hours
die.
prior,
die.
you were asking me to drive 10 miles under the speed limit. What about that?
it's never 10 miles per hour in the speed limit. And you're an RV.
You were like, you
Go
Google it, you Google it, you were like,
you're on an apartment.
RV's top speed is 55 miles per hour. 55 miles per hour in the RVs. That's, you can't go faster than that. I'm like, yo, Dub, the speed limit is 70.
I was driving 65.
All right, do 60 then. I'm like, Dub, we're not doing below speed.
I think you just drive. If you just drove, then it would be fine.
And then
I think he
started going 70 miles per hour.
Immediately.
Like, because he controlled it, I'm fine going the speed limit.
that's
But
personal,
when
that's personal.
I'll drive 90 myself. This guy, he doesn't even drive his own car. The Tesla drives. You guys understand this? He gives me.
You guys understand this? He goes, do you guys understand this?
What car do you drive? You don't even have a car, Dub.
I'll even told
You don't
me
have
the
a
story.
car.
No, you had a Tesla. Oh, that's right. You're too cheap to pay for auto drive.
Dub was so upset when you left. When you left, Dub came in. Dub came he came to our feet. He goes, okay, guys. So he's already positioning how we're all gonna help clean up Alex's mess, right? So he's like,
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So I understand people are leaving soon, and you know, like, while we all have the group here, I think it's probably best if we collaborate and just, you know, get all the things out of the RV in the best way we can. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then Dub just goes, I fucking knew this was gonna happen.
That's so many times. After you left, he was so tight at you. He was so tight at
He
you.
left fucking underwear on the upstairs thing where I had to clean up. Like, it's gross. Selfish.
Disrespectful. He disrespected you.
Mark, open up your mouth. Your RV was pretty clean too, wasn't it, right?
Yeah.
It was?
No. What am I supposed to say, Dub?
What's the right answer? A, B, or C?
Even Akaash with his limp fucking foot came in there, sat on his couch, and like reached for like a shirt to try to clean up. That was almost worse, but it was actually sweet.
Bro,
like, let me
Akaash
see
trying
what
to
I
clean
can
was
do.
so nice and also annoying, bro.
It's so annoying. But it was just like
in the
I
way.
gave you air conditioning.
And he made the biggest thing. He got a sprained fucking ankle. He starts bringing up fucking ladies and
That's
shit.
what
I
they
don't know.
told me, son.
Stop it, bro. You
That's
sprained
what
your
they told me.
ankle.
Doug was
He
there.
still has to get an MRI. He doesn't know.
You don't have to get shit. You could do what we all do when we play basketball.
Bro,
Sprain a fucking
If
ankle.
you're walking, you good.
No, but he pretended good though, because I was watching you when no one was watching you, and I was trying to see, because like you were going to the RV, and I was thinking, I was like, oh, he's about to walk. I fucking know it. And then you did a limp, and you're like, I was like, well played, well played.
I'm a method actor.
I know. Method, bro. Christian Bale, bro. I've never seen anything like
Guys
it.
are so zay, bro.
I'm the machinist, yo.
Okay. Okay. So, despite what it sounds like, we had an absolutely amazing time. I just want to let everybody know.
First Walmart.
Say again?
What about Walmart?
And listen.
Son,
What about it?
This guy,
Adderall Andy?
this guy's a liar.
Get on Andrew now.
Because y'all. I converted to Judaism.
No, we don't want you.
I converted to
We
Judaism.
don't want
I thought he'd be on my side. I thought I could get him on my side. I thought I could divide the group.
This guy thought that it was War of the Worlds, and he was Tim Robbins. Remember when?
No, we don't. We don't. Bomb.
Now stay on it. Don't let him slip. Don't let him get out.
Add the clip. That was Robbins. Mark it.
Is it no bomb?
No. It'll do well after. It'll do well after. This psychopath thought that we weren't going to survive.
It's a sleeper. It's a sleeper.
Okay,
So
go.
we did a gallon a person. Andrew went 3 gallons a person. Andrew told
God
us,
forbid, I
you
want
load.
hydration.
God forbid, they're emptying the fucking aisles. We're going to go. And this is the worst thing that I found out afterwards.
What is it? Hold on.
Sweet.
Alex, you tell the story. Dub is too emotional about it. It's all getting lost. He just seems like a great guy. You tell the story.
So the original plan was for us to go early. We were going to spend a night in Reno and then have a nice, comfortable drive in the morning, get there Sunday morning.
Yes.
All of a sudden, Andrew pulls an audible where he's like, we going tonight. We're going tonight.
What would make him make a decision like that?
I know.
Right?
Maybe sleeping while Vala was driving the whole time. Vala is exhausted. He's like, bro, I've been driving for 12 fucking hours.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy.
Oh my
it
God.
just hit him that was selfish. He had no idea that was selfish.
For real. No, that just hit me. Because I was like, I kept saying shit like, we got energy, right? Like, we all got energy. Like, hey, we could do it.
So now,
Y'all ain't tired, right?
The whole time I'm looking at him like, yeah. We got energy.
Yeah.
You're right. We got energy.
Bro, for literally the first 6 hours, Vala couldn't reach the pedal. He couldn't reach the pedal. And I tried to get the chair forward, but I was too tired, and I was like, I don't think it goes. And so the first 6 hours, he's going. That's why we were going 8 miles per hour, is because his leg was fully extended. That's the only way he can manage the pedal. He's also got nerve damage in that leg that makes it completely freeze. And he was telling me the story, and I'm like, well, just freeze it up, dude.
Cruise control, motherfucker. Let's go.
See, are you happy that he was in a safe RV, bro?
No, the funniest shit was, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, man. We're going to get out. I was like, oh, can't wait to stretch my legs. He's like, fuck you mean you stretch your legs? You've been stretching your legs.
I was like, yeah, stretch, man. You can't even reach the pedal. Is there stretch?
You get spasms in your hands. We were suffering, right? This is now hour 12. This is what I learned about Walmart. This is what I learned after the fact.
You're fucking it up. Let Al tell. Because you realize we didn't understand anything was wrong until Al pointed it out. No, you gotta let him tell the story.
What you just said to me right there, that was crazy.
There's a difference between a coach and a quarterback. Though, you know what I mean?
It gets so much better.
Keep going, son, because that shit was crazy.
It's like 9 p.m. Burning Man starts at midnight. And
That's why he loves Burning Man, because he doesn't have to ask to be selfish. People just give him shit. So he's like, yo, this is the best. It's 5 days of getting gifts, and I don't have to demand that.
Go.
So I think we got like another 2-3 hour drive to get to Burning Man. So he's like,
About
perfect.
2.5.
So now he's like, we got to get there before they're open. So we beat the rush. So he's going like a crazy madman in Walmart. He's like, we got to get everything. He's just throwing it in the fucking cart. I'm like, yo, what is going on? He's yelling at Dove, yelling at Vala. He's just screaming. I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, you took an Adderall. He's like, no, I didn't. Motherfucker. Dove was like, hey, can I just get a few personal things to me? He's like, no, we getting everything first, then I'll give people time to get their little personal items, bro. It was.
We need a spot.
So everybody's walking on eggshells because shit, let's not piss them off. So we buy the whole store. We would buy every single bag of ice they have, probably all the water that they had, all in fucking water.
Bag of
every
Mr.
single
Beast
video.
Son,
It really was.
I almost left a single bag of ice.
I asked him.
I literally,
yo,
I
can we
almost
leave
left
2
one,
bags?
and I thought that'd be more disrespectful.
But there's a crazy story about the ice, and you should really tell people out loud.
What's that?
This is the craziest part of the entire story.
What?
In the camp that we joined, you have to sign up for work shifts, 4-hour work shifts, serving
No, this is
dinner,
good, this is
running the VR, cleaning a bathroom. That's just part of the
community
program.
effort, yeah.
One is
Ice.
you supply ice and go on an ice run.
Yeah.
Andrew's ice run was
signed
the
up for
first
2 ice
day we
runs.
were going to go the next day.
Hey, can I say
Little
one thing?
did we
Can I say one
know
thing?
that we helped Andrew fulfill his fucking duties by going to Walmart
That's why I
and
got all
selling
the
the ice and then delivering it to them. So instead of at Burning Man going on an ice run, we fucking did his fucking work shift, you piece of shit.
Can I say one thing?
We did. But wait, no. But then when he delivered the ice to them, he made sure to go to every single person at this camp. He's like, hey guys, you got ice? Did you need ice? I just brought it over here. It's over here. He made sure they knew.
Yeah.
He brought the ice, and it's right here. Then he went to the next person, had the same combo
That's
with
like
that
when
person.
you tip at a bar and you gotta make sure the bartender sees you. Yeah.
Listen.
But he just started to go to
Can I tell
people that
y'all-
didn't even matter. He's like, yo,
Can I
you
say
need
one thing?
ice?
Listen, when we
He
arrived,
looked like
I'm not gonna
Sandman.
lie.
He looked like Sandman from fucking Paula.
Okay, look. Couple things. All right. The last shift that was open, because all you motherfuckers took all the shifts. I don't think you did a single thing, but not surprising.
I did a VR shift.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean RV shift? When you had the girl in there? Is that
reality 10, which I did.
You did 1 or 2?
Go
You're
fuck
supposed
your
to do 2.
face. Second shift,
that
it was
song.
broken, but go fuck your face.
Okay, so and then the first shift, was it broken or was it not?
No, I did the first show. You know what the VR was?
Yes, the tree was awesome.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
What about ice? Go back to it.
Back to this guy. I don't believe he did it, but we'll figure that out. So we got there, right?
I knew he didn't do it. I was like, broken.
Selfish
It wasn't broken.
Selfish
Oh, but I already did my
fuck.
shit.
He lied.
Me carrying your ice to the fucking RV? That's my shit. That's my
You have to
shit.
take part of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look.
Yeah.
I picked every bag of ice out of the cooler, put them into the things. All they had to do after they were put into the coolers was just take one of the coolers. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. You did not take a single bag of ice for the camp. We took all the bags of ice and put them in RVs. You did nothing. You did nothing.
The green one.
No.
The green one.
No, because we didn't use any of that.
Wait, is this why we had to buy ice when we came? Because he gave it all to them.
No.
There's a whole list.
No, it's true.
The text we got from Vala was, Andrew wants these supplies. Nobody else, just Andrew. It was bologna, it was bread, it was
bologna.
water.
Sat down and created a list.
look,
It was
look.
all the
Ice.
things that were missing.
Ice in a cooler lasts at most 4 days.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. If you guys wanted ice in your
Right.
drinks, which I assumed you would, you want to bring in ice.
Yeah.
It's not just for us.
Okay. I was curious.
Ice melted away after like 3 days because it was so fucking hot.
Yeah. So look, but here's the thing. We had our coolers that we were
Our
gonna
RV
give.
kind of lasted the whole week.
No. Not only that, because you were getting all your drinks from us, and we were constantly opening ours, and we were making drinks for everybody out of ours and using
These were
ours.
good guys.
Never once did we hang out in your fucking RV selfish. So let me just say one
smelled
thing.
like shit.
Dove didn't tell you that trick?
I just ran the propane for a little bit. It was fine.
This motherfucker, bro.
Oh, by the way, I only took shits in your RV.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So look, that's good. We have a little trick too, but it's fine.
I love all this shit.
I was unaware of all of this. I did not know any of this.
Listen.
Also, Al is the Joker. Like, the more there's mayhem and everybody's shitting on each other,
yeah.
he gets so giddy.
I love it.
Let me say the nice thing. We move on. So you did absolutely
Can't let
nothing.
it go. It's fucking destroying his content.
It really is. It really is.
Go,
I
go,
feel
go, go.
so guilt-ridden.
No, 'cause this one is. Okay, I just gotta get it out. Please. Okay.
He's getting vulnerable. When you ever seen this man vulnerable in your life?
Let's go. Ready? So for literally a week in Burning Man. So
my God.
we got the ice. The reason those 2 shifts were open is because they're the least desired shifts. Nobody wants the first ice shift. Everybody's getting there at fucking 6 in the morning. Last thing they want to do is wake up and then go get the ice. I signed up for the ice shifts.
Because that's all that was left.
No. Because I knew I could get around the system.
Well, you and
I
Ben.
could buy ice on the way in.
Also,
But nobody else thought about that. And then let me tell you this, when we arrive, literally the first thing that Amir says to me, he goes, oh, things have been kind of tough, but we didn't even get ice. I go, you didn't get what?
you were also sneaky when you signed up there because you said, oh, I'm gonna sign up, but I'm also gonna use Ben's truck. We can both do it.
And I said, because exactly, so I said, Ben, do you want to do the ice shift with me? Then I found out that we can get the ice from the Walmart, and then Ben got the benefit. I let Ben stay on board.
The first thing he did at Burning Man was game the system. The first thing he does at Burning Man is game the system.
I gamed the system before. If you understand Burning Man,
Bylaws, yeah. That works.
The coolest thing about the funniest thing about Burning Man, in my opinion, is how communal and how loving it is, and then on the way out, it becomes vicious. People are cutting each other off,
Weeks
jumping
of
in
not
front
being
of
able
each
to
other,
fuck someone over.
and
Oh
then
my
they
God.
all take it out on you immediately.
Yeah.
So and the same on the way in. There was ice in the thing left. I could have left it for somebody else. But I needed it.
Yeah.
Why didn't they get here early? Why didn't they think about it like Dove? They did it. You were stuck with a tree. You know what I mean? Oh, that's right. You weren't, were you? You did nothing.
It
You
was
just
so
talk.
hot, it
You
broke
just
the
talk.
system.
You just talk. Anyway, but you did give me a Modelo like 3 times, and that meant a lot that you actually got to a place where you could help
I
someone.
said the funniest shit was about Dove.
Yeah.
The only thing he cared about when we got there is like, Vala, please tell me you got the tortillas. The tortillas. Please tell me you got it, because I can't find them anywhere. I was like,
clutch were they? And I made people tortillas. I made them quesadillas. Yes or no? Al, did I make you quesadillas?
You did make me a quesadilla, Dub. Thank you.
Welcome. Appreciate it. 22.
Hey,
Community.
this guy, bro. Oh my God, you made someone. You did that? Flip it all the way over
Do that
by
after.
yourself?
A real Gandhi.
Wow.
That's amazing.
hey, Dub provides, bro. Dub
really
provides.
Why did the RV smell like shit?
Say again?
Why did it smell like shit?
That was Dove's way of keeping Al out of the back room.
He turned the propane on for a little bit, and then like, oh, what's that smell?
It smells awful.
A gas leak?
Yeah.
That was your strategy?
Yeah.
An explosion?
What's wrong with you?
He's an animal. The guy.
I'm actually unsure if that happened. You're the only person who took a shit in our RV.
Ooh.
You swore you would?
Yo, and how many showers did you take, Dub?
One every day.
Son, there was one day you took 2. Stop it. There was one day you took 2.
I'll
and
admit
it was
that.
supposed to be one every other day.
No, but I took him in the camp as well.
Oh my God!
This guy, son.
You're taking
This guy, bro.
the camp's water and your own water?
And I'll do it again. Bringing me fresh to
He's
give
like
my
a
spirit.
Scooby-Doo
To
villain,
give
bro.
my-
It's like unbelievable.
The whole week.
He takes 2 showers total in a week without Burning Man. What? Bro. What did I say before we went? What I needed? AC, showers, e-bikes. Andrew was like, you don't need regular bikes. We've done it before. It's fine. It's a nice to have. What was the
fuck
best part
those
about
bikes,
Burning
yeah.
Man?
Hold on.
Fuck those bikes for real.
Hold on. I was adamant about e-bikes.
Yeah, I remember
that was
that.
my idea.
Say it first. Say it right now. Vala, you're an
he-
honest guy. You're an honest guy.
He
I
literally,
made Ben Uye to get the e-bike.
After I said we need e-bikes.
he literally was up my ass about, hey, you gotta find the e-bikes. I was like, all right, cool.
You're making this up.
a lie.
Once again, you've provided nothing.
You know it's true.
He's a leech, isn't he? A succubus.
Let's go to happy
Draining
time.
the desert.
Jump into the
That's
happy.
what you are, a cactus.
Burning Man.
Sucking the desert of all its water.
And then retaining it for myself.
And you don't even provide shade.
Oh my God.
It's a useless tree.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. I didn't realize how awful you are. I got really excited by the Modelo and I thought he'd
Right now,
change.
you know that I insisted on the e-bike.
No, you did. No, you didn't.
Andrew, I love you. Burning Man 2022. Tell the truth.
Everything's branded. Every I love you is branded. This is a promotion.
To be honest, everybody seems the exact same after Burning Man. I don't know what we're talking about.
I think it was a little worse. I think it was a little bit
We
worse.
left all our good there.
Yeah.
It's there.
I mean, it was so fucking good, man.
Man.
I've been happy as shit, bro.
so
I start
good.
smiling at random strangers now.
Yeah.
Never tried that before.
And how's it work?
Yeah, the reception is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like you're taught in New York, you gotta have your,
Mad
rest
dog.
in bitch
Yeah,
face.
Mark said this earlier. It feels like New Yorkers are really more taken by Burning Man because you're not used to people being hospitable at all.
Yeah.
Did you feel like it was transformative?
No, I mean, it's like a great exercise and like it's an immersion in all your insecurities. Like that's what it feels like. Like anything that you want to practice, you can do it for a week. You're like, yo, I'm insecure about my body. I'm gonna go and like feel how it is to show my body up. I'm insecure about talking to strangers or smiling at people. I'm gonna do that. And then after you practice for a week and then you get into real life, you're like, oh, I've been doing this. Like I don't feel uncomfortable like doing that thing that I was insecure about. And so it's like a good like test zone to try things out on the road.
That's
Yeah, but it's
exactly what I did.
I mean, that's a brilliant way of looking at it, but like also, you're on 100 there. Like I went from there to this family party, my mother-in-law's birthday, and like I found myself like people I didn't even know kind of like rubbing their shoulders a bit because like in Burning Man, like every person you meet, you hug and like you fucking hug.
Yeah.
You and
Oh, a
like,
deep breath hug.
Deep
Yeah.
breath, like and you're so tactile with everybody. You're like squeezing constantly, and I like did it to a few people, and they were like businessmen and shit. And then I was like, all right, I gotta start dapping people up.
I did that same shit, bro. I sprayed my Uber driver with a fucking spritzer, bro. I hit him one time. I was like, are you hot? I can cool you down.
But yeah,
I'm bummed I
man.
missed the beginning part.
God, well,
I want to hear your whole journey, bro.
yeah.
Because first
well,
you
let's-
show up with monkeypox.
No, yeah. Let's talk about this. So Mark had monkeypox. Mark had monkeypox.
Not monkey.
No, you have the
I didn't, bro.
No, we're talking about what we understood.
Okay.
So Mark is super excited to go. He's so fucking excited.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I get a phone call. I believe it's the day of.
3 hours before we're gonna
3
fly.
hours we're about to fly to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Because we were gonna do one night in Las Vegas, put it together, have fun. Then we do the drive out. So everybody's well rested for the driving we're gonna share.
Yeah.
So I get the call from Mark and he's in his sad voice. I'm like, did he crash my bike or something? And he goes, Drew. Whenever Mark's sad, he uses Drew. He goes, Drew. Oh man, dude, I don't think I can go, man. I'm a little sick. You know, like I had a little bit of a fever. My fever broke, but you know, I don't know if I don't feel that great. And, you know, and then he says this, he goes, you know how every time I get sick, I get like these hives and shit. So like, I just don't know exactly.
This is called foreshadowing.
I go,
this is actually
what?
a good
and
literary
he says
technique.
it, and I'm like, that's a weird, like, one
I've
Mark
never heard that.
Mark
Yeah.
never
Everyone
admits
knows
he's
that.
sick,
Yeah.
right? Does he ever
Yeah.
admit he's
This
sick?
guy says he never gets sick.
Dude, never seen a hive.
Had COVID twice, didn't admit it.
So I'm like, God damn, like, what is that hive shit? It's so weird. Like, I don't really think he got hives. Like, that's crazy, right? So,
We up there use bullshit. He's like, his girl don't want him to go. So shit like that. I thought it was something like that, yeah.
But then we knew how bad you want to go.
Yeah.
Okay? So I think that's last correspondence,
Pretty much, yeah.
right?
That was it.
Okay. Fast forward a few days, okay? I have one text because I go get cell service with Ben Uyeda's brother, and I'm messaging with Ben Uyeda's brother through somebody's phone, Vala's phone or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. And Bobby made it seem like you didn't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's weird.
Well, he was trying to like send me car passes and stuff. He was like, yo, can I mail stuff to you? And I was like, I don't want to get it just in case I can't go. And then he's screwed.
So he's interpreting that like you're kind of on the fence.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm not sure if I can make it Tuesday, maybe Thursday, but I'm 50-50, I don't know.
So I'm like, this is kind of odd. Like, what the fuck? Like, Mark was so excited for the experience. And I'm like, was he just doing it because he knows how much I love it and he didn't want to kind of let me down? I was like, so confused, right? So then we're sitting in the RV and Mark walks in and he looks like a pepperoni pizza. And he's coming in with all the positive energy, think he could like out positive the fucking monkeypox. Yeah. Right? Like,
yes.
What's up, guys? Like, we're here. Like, here's what I get for the playa. Like, he comes out like fucking Bill Nye, dude. Like, it was, and he's pocked up. Like, the face is pocked up. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Just so you
here?
know, this was nothing.
Compared to.
Nothing.
Yeah. So when did you say exactly what happened?
As soon as I walked in.
You said, I have what?
I said, I have what I have. I have varicella, I have chickenpox.
So you got chickenpox. What do you mean, what?
You didn't know that?
When you go to school with all your family at home, you never get chickenpox.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's a quarantine in there. Yeah.
And he's that real white. They not vaccinated, none of that
Bro, I called my mom about that shit. I was like, what is this? I didn't know you were being serious about all that. I thought this was a stunt. But no, in France, they didn't vaccinate for it at all. In Europe, they don't do the chickenpox.
Put it on
vaccine.
Europe.
I know,
He won't put it on socialism.
We saved you from the Nazis. You came here. Give us a chickenpox
That's
vaccine.
them.
I got vaccinated in Pakistan. How
Yeah.
did you not get vaccinated?
Because you guys need it over there, okay? You get fucking malaria and shit.
You get fucking malaria and
No,
shit.
I don't. I've never been sick. On Tuesday, I get a little fever. I'm feeling
malaria
bad.
can kill you right
That's,
now.
no, that's not true. That's not true.
He
okay?
can die right now, son.
I'll fucking malaria. I dare malaria to walk in here. I'll fuck you up.
I was with him the day we flew out to Vegas. I was with him that day, and he never told me.
I called you. I said,
Tapping him up, I'm like, yo, no.
I called you and said I was a little sick, okay?
Hey. Now you know the vaccine works, though.
Yeah.
Now you know the vaccine works.
Yeah, exactly. I assumed you got it as a kid or something. I don't know.
So say what you said to me about
About what?
when you were reflecting on getting chickenpox when you thought it was monkeypox originally.
I didn't ever think it was
Yes, you did.
fully monkeypox. Okay, look.
Yo, stop capping.
what happened.
He blamed it on the fucking costume shop we were at.
It was a costume shop. It was a costume shop.
These gays trying on all this clothing.
There was a few. Maybe bi. There was I think a bi guy.
Blouses for Burning Man. I get some fucking monkeypox blouse.
I'm the most open-minded guy, but as soon as you get monkeypox, you're fucking homophobic. It happens, okay? I know I should have put on the tights. God damn it. But it was literally Tuesday. I get a fever, and I'm like, oh, God, okay, I have a fever, but then
I just got triggered by that. I thought it was a White Claw. I just got so excited. Black cherry?
Yo, are we drinking it?
Oh, yes. Okay,
I
go.
thought, like, okay, this is going to be like a 24-hour flu thing. I'll be good.
Yeah.
Wednesday rolls around. Still kind of sick. I'm like, all right, this isn't good. No coughing or sneezing. My girl's a nurse. She goes, okay, this is weird. You have a fever. You have a headache. You don't look good, but you're not coughing or sneezing. You have a virus, and the virus needs to spread, and I don't see how it's spreading. And I was like, okay, that's a good point. So she's like, this is kind of weird. Just stay home. Like, don't, just chill. Friday, I start feeling better, and then all of a sudden I get a little pimple.
Yeah.
And then another one, like right here.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, Mark, those are like, that's like a sore, like a, shit. You have like a boil or like you have, something's wrong. And I was
leprosy.
And I was pissed off at her. I was like, you're trying to take this away from me. You don't want me to go. You want me to be here. I was angry. I thought you were trying to take away my experience. So I was like, no, this is
He pulled up his shirt. He looked like the crab feeder from Game of Thrones. It was crazy. Keep going.
And then I went to the doctor on Friday. I was like, fine, I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna go tell them what's up. They're gonna say I'm fine, and then I'm gonna go get on that flight. I'll be good. So I show up, I go to the doctor, I'm with my girl. My girl's in the doctor's room with me. She walks in and she goes, okay, so what's the problem? I was like, look, I have like a pimple here, I had a fever, no cough or anything, and like another one right here. Yeah, what? I don't know what it is. And she goes, oh, interesting. Walks out of the room, and her and like 3 other doctors walk in, full hazmat suit. I was like, what is this? What's happening? And they're like, yeah, it's just a precautionary thing, just we want to be, careful. And I was like, it's not monkeypox. And they're like, no, we don't think it is. I have, it's not. But are you having sex? I was like, well, this is my wife right here, so yeah, I don't want to brag. And
the wife stepped out the room. Like,
no.
Are you having sex?
Literally, the doctor does that shit. He looks at me, he's like, nah, but for real, like, what's going on? And I was like, no, it's just, just my wife. That's my only partner. And he like presses one more time. And he's basically just looking at me in front of my girl being like, yo, are you gay?
Yeah.
And I have to be like, no, like if I'm gonna cheat, it's not gonna be with a dude. Like I promise. Like that's like I'm not gay. And then he was like, well, we're just gonna check if you're gay. And then they do a swab on the thing, and they're like, we're just gonna double check if you're gay, and it'll come up and tell us if you're gay or not. And then they walk out of the room and they test for only that. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. And then Alicia, my wife, is like adamant. She's like, no, we think it's chickenpox. It's not monkeypox or whatever. Makes them do a culture for that.
She's in denial.
Yeah, I know. She's like, because this is more on her than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just exploring myself. Like this is her choice. And so they test for both, and they're like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna go. We're gonna check it out. And I was literally like, have you ever seen chickenpox like in an adult? Like an adult? And they were like, no, never in my life, never seen it. And I was like, oh, okay, great. So they walk out of the room. They're like, well, yeah, just rest up, go home, that's whatever. And so I'm laying there, I'm like, okay, 90% chance of chickenpox, right? But there's 10% in my fucking head where I'm like, did I black out one night and like make out? Like, is there a chance? And like, I swear to God, I'm lying to myself. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe I got roofied and I don't even remember it. Like, I went out like 3 nights before. I don't know. And I'm like going through it in my mind. Like, yo, did I hook up with a dude? And
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to see if it's fucking monkeypox.
He was like preparing for Burning Man.
Yeah. And then I have my whole story. I'm like, okay, what if in the off chance, like, I got it from a guy on the subway and like there's a particle got in my mouth and then I got monkeypox.
What?
I'm going through like when you have a pregnancy scare, like when you're a fucking teenager and you're like, well, yeah, there was maybe some slipped out.
You don't know, and I don't know either. Be honest about
Some,
what's
like,
happening.
Like,
Neither one of us knows. They know.
There was some like semen on my finger and maybe I don't know. But you start doomsday thinking. So I was like, okay, maybe I got it from some crazy shit. I don't know. And then I'm preparing for this, where I'm like, okay, if it's monkeypox, what is my approach to this?
How are you going to make the thumbnail? Is that what you're thinking?
Like, yo, can we add some more box? Actually, it'd be way better. But I'm like trying to think, and literally I have a pact with my girl. I was like, okay, if it's monkeypox, we're never talking about this ever again, okay? If it's monkeypox, we know what it is, and I'm never telling a soul that it's monkeypox.
Let me let you know something, Mark. If you ever don't show up for 2 weeks, You either have AIDS or monkeypox.
I'd rather have AIDS, I think. I'll be honest.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Magic Johnson has AIDS, okay?
Yeah,
like,
but
at least it's a cosign, you know what I mean? No one has monkeypox that's respected, you know?
I guess.
So I'm like, okay, I can't risk it. There's no celebrity. Who's the face of monkeypox? You know what I mean?
You about to be.
I am the face of monkeypox. But no, I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna tell anyone. I'm gonna just die with it, and then I'll go on a trip. I'll say someone died. I'll say there's an issue.
Jesus, bro.
I'll do anything to not have monkeypox publicly.
This is
One died.
hilarious.
Not publicly, with your best friend.
Yeah. But yeah. So literally, I'm like, all right.
The public can know, but they don't.
But I'm like, I'll just die with it, whatever. And then I got the call back on Monday. They're like, yeah, it's chicken pox. And then I finally the shit went down, scabbed over, and then I was like, all right, I'm good to go Thursday. And then Bobby, he literally was like, yo, I'm gonna pick you up in Reno. We'll be there. You, me, Akaash, Bobby. It'll be perfect. And then he doesn't show up. And then it's me, Akaash, and then your friend Chris from college.
Yeah.
Got a ticket 24 hours before. We all drive in, roll around in some sand. It was great.
That was no. That's not exactly how it went
That's
down.
the end of the story.
Chris picked you guys up and
still
then
don't know
didn't
who
stop
this guy
talking for the next 8 hours straight.
Son, the craziest shit, we sit in the car, he takes out his phone, presses record, and he goes, all right, we're doing a podcast. And then just puts the phone on the armrest, and we're just like, what?
Bro, it was one point, and I'm still recovering. I had a rough recovery day.
Oh,
And
you have an IV drip.
I had an IV drip. That's how bad it got.
He's hooked up to a fucking IV.
Yeah. Shout out to our camp, man. Our camp was so fucking amazing, and there were a bunch of doctors and nurses there, and they were supplying the IV drips. And I don't know if they want us to say the name.
No, I don't
of
think
it.
they want us to say the name.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah.
Just say shouts to Ace and them.
Okay, yeah, shout out to Ace and them. But
Best camp.
It was unbelievable, and which I'm sure we'll tell more stories about. But anyway, so I'm having the fucking worst day ever, and I just have no patience for anything else. I'm super excited for you guys to come because you're gonna lift me up, and the first person comes through the door is Chris, and Chris, I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, Chris, why are you here? That was the first thing I said. Not like I'm excited. And he does not stop talking. This is how much he was talking, okay? Ben Uyeda's girlfriend, Alexx, at one point, and Alexx is the sweetest girl, at one point just walks by and goes, wow, Chris, you're a chatty one.
Holy shit.
That's a nice girl for shut the fuck up, bro.
Fucking stop, dude. Anyway.
The women in Ben's lives just do not fuck around.
They don't give
His
a fuck.
sister too.
Yeah, Jesse don't give a fuck. But yeah.
We may have to cut this, but did you hear about that he almost died?
Who?
Oh my God.
No, what happened?
Oh, you did.
You didn't hear about
You didn't hear about that?
I didn't hear about this.
Wait a minute, you're saying there's some good news? Wait, what happened?
We'll probably have to cut this, but
You'll definitely have to cut this.
Hold on.
so this is
No,
the,
we're not cutting it. Oh, it's an inconvenience?
this is the night that you left.
for real?
Everyone's
For real?
out.
Yeah.
We're just sitting in the RV. It's me, Jamil, Dove, and Chris. And he's hanging out there. He's just we're all talking. He's like, yo, you guys want some blow? And everyone's like, nah, we're good. And Jamil specifically is like, I don't do other people's blow. I can't fuck with that. And he's like, no, it's good. It's been in my safe for 2 years. It's this stuff is good. Literally what he said.
That's exactly what he would say.
He goes, yeah, bro, it's just in my safe. This shit's clean, bro. It's good. Good
Oh.
stuff,
And
good
he
stuff.
had just gotten back maybe an hour before after just a complete all-night fucking adventure and just starts.
And Jamil's like, nah, the fucking fentanyl can't mess with it. He goes, see yourself. Does maybe 8 bumps.
Dude, crazy, right?
He's a wild ass boy, dog.
Rips 8 of them in a row.
Yeah.
And then he's just chatting, talking. He sounds kind of weird. He's talking. He's
Talking less?
having a hard time finding his words.
Stories.
Asking a question.
That's weird. Yeah, stories
And
are
then-
connecting. This guy must be high.
And so we're all just talking, and then literally he walks kind of towards the back, and then he's just standing there, just hands on his knees, just going. Wait. And I walk up to him, and I go, yo, Chris, are you good, man? And he's like, yeah, I just feel really dizzy. And then he just kind of goes, and he sort of sits really hard on the bed, on that little couch thing. Eyes roll back in his head.
No.
Smacks his head against the back of mirror thing.
Okay, yeah.
Falls to the ground. Head smacks the ground.
Now on the floor.
Just
not on the
question.
couch.
Just question. did you enjoy the silence for a minute? Did you just take in the silence before you helped him? Did you just take 5 seconds of him shutting the fuck up?
What do you mean helped him?
You just hear Al cracking open a White Claw.
I was gonna
Put your feet on his belly like this. Hey, guys, what's the plan for
No, literally falls over, and I go, yo, guys, Chris he died. Like, he just is on the ground, just like fully limp. Jamil goes, oh shit, runs over, tries to grab him. Dove sits there.
I'm 1 foot out. Like, I was like, I don't want to be on the dead guy bus.
Dove's just.
You're so level of
You are a piece of shit, bro.
Crazy.
Dead guy bus.
Crazy.
He said it wasn't my bus.
It wasn't my. Anyway, it didn't seep into him at all.
And you
This is
complain
a
about
testament to
my
how
underwear.
sick the camp was. I literally just run out of the door. I'm like, Dove and Jamil are not gonna fix him. So I just run out the door, and I literally walk up to a mirror and I go, yo, can you tell me a medical person? I need some type of medical person. They literally goes, I got you. Runs over, finds 2 people. One's a pharmacist, one's an ER doctor. They happen to be married. They run over, jump on the bus, and just start like assessing him. And by the time they get there, he's like kind of coming to. He's like waking up, kind of dizzy. And they just like chill with him for an hour, and they're like, hey, are you good? And they're like, yeah. And then the ER doctor keeps talking to him and then talking to me like I'm his dad. So he was like, what'd you have tonight? And he was like, oh, a little bit of Coke. I drank a little bit. He goes, okay. And then he looks at me and he goes, yeah. And that happened for like 20 minutes. And then he talks to Chris and he walks over to me and he's like, yeah, no more blow for tonight. Just, keep an eye on him. Just make sure he's okay. Lots of fluids. Just keep him, just chilling. And I was like, got it. And then he leaves and Chris just like pops up. He's like, you guys want to do some more blow?
That was insane.
No.
We had to tell him, like, yo, if we're going out, if you're going to come out, like, promise, nothing. Nothing's going about no drinking, nothing. So we get ready. And then he pops out, gold shirt, some bell bottoms, and a silver orb.
And had the most amazing energy I've ever seen in my life. He looked, he literally, I was like, dude, like, did you take it? You look amazing. He's like, I have a new lease on life. Like, I was like, literally what he said, he's like, I have to see a
picture
we
of this
literally thought, we were like, but you're picking this like silver like ornament, like this orb. I was like, where'd you get that? It's like, when I was buying my Burning Man stuff, I saw it and just spoke to me. I was like,
The orb was sick.
The orb was great. Fire, bro.
So great.
After what had happened,
Imagine like a completely metallic sphere.
Yes.
And it's about the size of a basketball.
Yeah.
Maybe a little smaller. Right?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's right. You were maybe
but we're
gone.
like, what's he gonna do with it?
But the perfect thing for being around people at the burn.
But he was doing this thing where he was just taking it. He was like going up to people and he was like, hey, so this is a thing I built. There's a camera inside. And if you hold it up, you can actually take like a fisheye selfie. Yeah. And he was just doing selfies with everyone. They were all like, they're like, where can I find him? He's like, I'll text you. And they're like, sick. And then he would just like float off in the night.
With it. What's crazy is a friend who didn't know him posted his Burning Man slideshow.
Yeah.
And he has a selfie with the orb with Chris in it. And I write to him, I was like, do you know that guy? Do you know Chris? He's like, no, I just saw him at Robot Heart, and I thought it
hate
was
how
great.
likable he's coming across right now. Because he's truly one of the most annoying human beings on the planet.
He's so sweet, though.
My heart sunk when he walked in the door. Dude. I was like,
Bobby, you replaced Bobby with
no, I know. It's like I'm expecting my boy Bobby, and then Chris just fucking walks in on his knuckles, dude. And I'm like, no!
It was
When we first got there.
his Burning Man energy
Just flips, dude.
like this.
At one point, I had to tell him, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
When we first got there, for
like,
whatever
shut the fuck
reason,
up.
on
Yeah.
his RV,
Yeah.
there was a loud noise. There's like 3 people on the bus.
my God.
And Chris was one of them. You hear this loud pop, and then
yeah.
the first thing Andrew says is, what the fuck did you do, Chris? Chris, he starts answering, Chris, get off the fucking RV.
Literally walks onto the bus. Our propane tank explodes.
The neighbors come over.
Crater next to us, this wide, this deep.
Oh, shit.
Crater right next to the side. Blowing into the camp right next to us. Smoke everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Super fucked up. Because Chris walked on the bus.
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Yo, that's wild.
I was just, and I literally, the first thing I texted Bobby, Bobby sent some texts like, Bobby brought me to the burn. So like, and this is a place really important to him. Bobby sent his text, he's like, guys, it's not in the cards this year. I couldn't be more sad.
He said, I've never been more sad in my life.
I've never been more sad in
What
my
a
life.
nice life you had.
And I message him, I
What a fucking... That was my first thought is, what is your fucking life?
go, he said, I haven't been this sad in the longest or something like that. And my message with him is, I go, you deserve everything you feel. Every feeling
I'll
is
never
savage.
forgive
I'll
you for
never
this.
forgive you for this.
You're crazy, bro.
But it described intention. His intention was saving the day and getting these two guys a ride in, and that was.
But they already had a pass.
They were ready to go. You
How were they
guys
gonna
could have
get
made
there?
it.
We didn't have a vehicle pass. We'd had to take the bus.
No,
We could have
you
rented
had
a
vehicle
car.
pass.
Yeah, we
At
brought.
will call.
Yeah, we
We had a
brought
vehicle
yours.
pass, a will call. There was a lot of things we could have done. Here.
Well,
Getting there is the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Just follow
Could have
any
hitched a
instructions.
ride, like
You don't even have to drive.
take a Tesla.
You don't even have to drive to Burning
Catch
Man.
up on sleep. It's a
It's
beautiful
crazy.
time.
Like, bro, take a nap.
Yeah,
dude. Like,
the second half of that was wonderful, bro.
Son, it was crazy.
When I was just
It was
laying
crazy,
down,
bro.
that was nice.
He didn't nap though. He was there right next to me talking to me the whole time.
Thank you.
Well,
After he took the
most of the
Adderall.
time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
After he took the Adderall?
I didn't take Adderall till we were in the thing.
You
Vala, I
a
didn't take Adderall till we
liar,
were. No, I'm being dead ass. I swear to God. I didn't take Adderall until we were on the thing.
No, I saw you take.
what
I just had enough of Dove.
Yo,
you were
Because I
just a
had to
cunt.
mediate. I had to mediate. Remember the beef between you guys in the brisket shop?
We were already good by then.
No,
You
you
were
weren't.
good by then. You
No,
just
you weren't.
thought like
No,
you just
he had
knew.
transferred his anger to me.
You're not gonna survive.
Like he's
this.
upset
You
at
don't
me because I
understand. If
shared
we
the
don't
text
have the ice,
with
we're gonna
Vala.
die.
Look,
Oh my God.
He goes, how could you share my
Burning was the
personal
hardest place
messages?
in the world to survive.
It's like
They're
watching
gonna
unhappy
clean up.
parents vent to their kids about the others. It's just so fucking uncomfortable.
That was the easiest shit ever.
What?
Burning Man. Surviving in that fucking 24/7 RV and showers and
Yeah, because we were with an unbelievable camp. Give some
Yeah.
credit to the camp,
You
not
showered
you
5
fucking
times.
idiots.
Camp.
Does he thinks it's him that made it easier?
It wasn't you.
It was the camp, dumbass.
That was great. I
Yeah,
love the
they're
camp.
providing meals every
bless
single
them.
day, showers, bathrooms.
Love 'em.
Good, you said thank you. Shocking. You were able to squeeze that
You
out.
guys go to the mushroom party?
Yeah.
Oh, how was
How
that?
was that?
It was
I
fun.
was-
It was cool. It was like packed. There were so many people.
That's their big thing.
Yeah, it was jammed.
Did you have the tea?
A little. I didn't want to mess with that.
Okay, what drugs? Let's talk about what drugs we did. I did coke, and that shit is phenomenal. Yeah, let me tell you something. I get Chris. That shit was fucking. I've never done coke. Who you gave me bump? No, Jamil.
No, it was Al. It was Al.
Sure.
But it
I was right next
It was
to you.
Jamil's coke.
It was
but
Jamil's
yeah,
coke.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Because I had a few. I had 3 bumps.
Yeah.
But the next day was fucking.
Brutal.
It was so, like every bit of motivation was sapped from me. Like I couldn't even like untie a sneaker. It was so and I was like, this is not worth it. But in the moment, cocaine does exactly what I'm saying right now. I'm gonna sound like a fucking 13-year-old, but it does exactly what you want to do for a party. I get why it's the most popular party drug. It gives you energy, excitement, and confidence in an instant. Like. This party's good. Let's keep it going. I get why it's so successful. I get why the Colombians are fucking billionaires off of it. And every bit of it makes sense. Like they deserve every dollar they got. What are they? Not Castro. What's the guy's name? Escobar.
Yeah.
You deserve it all. Like, I understand why the CIA was like, let's not shut him down. Let's like work with him.
Yeah.
Because it's great.
Let's funnel this into the city. This shit is fire, bro.
Yes. And then black people fucked it up by cooking it. Just,
Do you have to fry everything?
It was great
Damn it.
before. Okay, it was fucking great. But the cost the next day, I was like, I'm done after that.
And I knew the cost, and I'm standing right next to him as he's getting it from Al, and he looks at me, he's like, Vala, you gotta take one too. I'm doing it. I was like, bro, I know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Please don't make it. He's like, no. You're gonna do it. I'm like, fuck, all right. And then the next day, I'm like, God damn it.
I'm absolutely destroyed. The next day, it's literally the lowest I've ever been. I have no energy, I have no motivation, and then Chris walks into my RV. You can't imagine anything worse than that moment in my life. But yeah, it was a great drug.
I like ketamine. That was the first time I did ketamine.
Yeah.
And I think for that music and that vibe, it was fucking
The name is too intense for what it is.
Son.
What, dude? I
it K.
felt. I didn't. I felt a little relaxed, but not much after that.
Did you ever do it just on its own?
Yeah. Oh no. I was always had like alcohol in my system or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
And
until
you
I
always
did it
had
just on my
Adderall.
own to feel, it just kind of like makes you a little
Float.
melty and floaty,
Yeah.
and you don't do a tiny bit, and then it'll do something, and no real hangover.
You also didn't do that much.
But I did a few of the snorts from the.
Nah, if you had done the bumps, like, the rest of us did,
I would have felt
floating.
it.
You'd be floating.
And also, you had Adderall all the time.
And the Adderall's probably going to
Adderall
counteract.
counters
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I stopped doing Adderall because it just ruined everything. Keeps you up. But.
Yeah, and that's what the heart. What's up? What's up, Cassetta? Oh, we can keep going. Yeah, I don't know. I just like the Adderall and the alcohol. I have the energy. I already have, I think, good like vibes. I like to get after it. I like to have some fun, and then the alcohol makes everything smooth. Everything's easy. We want to talk to people. Want to have a good time, and yeah. So that combination is great. The one problem is that you stay up so late, so you're drinking more. So you're paying for it the next day. So I do understand a drug where it kind of replaces the drinking. Yeah. Because I think the drinking is what you pay for, right?
That's what you pay for.
Okay. So that's on me then. But it's fun when you pop a fucking bottle of champagne on the sunrise and you're sharing it, dude. Like,
we just have a bottle of tequila passing around and just having little sips for hours.
Oh, that was one of the best ideas. I don't know whose it was, and it might have been Chris' thing, but it was, we had like a bag that we could put like a flexible cooler. Right? And we just had ice and we had a bottle of fucking tequila. We had a bottle of champagne. What?
I told him before we left, I was like, yo, should we just get like a bag fill it with ice and just take it on? He's like, nah, you don't need that. You don't need that.
Dub was being such a Nazi inside Walmart. I didn't want to waste any more time.
Dub, really?
Do you know what I mean? He was a tyrant. He was like, God damn, he's on there. So I was like, we gotta get out of here before Dub loses his mind. Like, this guy was like, can I get a few trinkets for myself? He's like, there's no more trinkets. Like, pack the RVs immediately. Right?
I bartered with an employee of Walmart until we were leaving for his neck air conditioner. Because I didn't have time. You psycho.
Okay. We had to get in. But yeah, the ketamine was kind of like, I don't know, I didn't feel the mushrooms that much either.
Mushrooms, I didn't.
Yeah, I
feel
never felt the mushrooms.
I didn't feel that much mushrooms.
Benugata.
Then the Molly, I did not like.
Oh, yeah.
I did not like
That
our
shit
Molly.
fucked us up.
Yo, when Vala and I did the Molly, it completely, I didn't feel euphoria, and it completely like removed me socially.
We're sitting in the corner of the
Yeah.
tent, and we're just like, yo, what the fuck is going on right now?
Bro, and then
Oh, yeah.
the Tesla came out.
Tesla night.
Now, let me tell you this. There's only one thing that could help from Chris walking into my Burning Man without noticing, and Akaash breaking his foot the second he got on a bike. And it being my lowest day ever. There's only one thing that could change that and flip that around. And it is a chemically engineered euphoria known as Tesla. Yeah. An ecstasy pill branded. And it is, at one point, I'm being honest with you, at one point I grabbed Dove and I go, I feel it in my calves. I hugged Dove. I go, it's in my calves. We all took a quarter of the pill, right?
Yeah.
I wish we had it right now. I wish we had it
Let's
right
run
now.
it.
I would do. We got to do a pod on that Tesla.
We can do one episode.
We have to do a pod.
One Tesla.
Bro, we're just gonna be sucking each other's dicks.
Fucking Mark's gonna give us all monkeypox.
Who wants a monkey? I'll tell you,
I don't have it.
Son. Oh my! Did y'all not? Was that not fucking
That was
amazing?
my best night. That's the best I felt. I was like, holy shit.
What night did you take it?
I think we took it same night.
The
No,
night
you were gone by the time I got there.
That's
No, it
right.
was
You took it the night before.
It was Wednesday night.
Yeah, the night I lost my fucking phone on the playa.
Oh, that's right.
The night I
that
lost my
sucks,
phone on the
dude.
playa, it was the best night. And then when I got back to the camp, I realized my phone was missing. And everything just came crashing down.
Whose ass was it? What dude did you fuck? Leave your phone inside of him.
Yeah. Shit on my story, bro.
You want to know the crazy thing? We're in the RV and we're like, how are we gonna find this fucking phone? Can we do find my phone, whatever? Like, how the hell are we gonna do this? And then all of a sudden, Hamed, who's in our camp, busts open the door, incoherent, probably hasn't slept for 2 days, and just went, Vala, I found your phone.
Yeah. I felt like the Oracle, son. So I was with Vala when he lost
You
it.
were dressed like the world.
I was with Vala when he lost it. I was like, yo, Vala, I'm telling you, you're gonna get your phone back. He had
was
nothing, he had
getting so
nothing
mad,
on his
bro.
phone to like, for somebody to know it was his shit.
Yeah.
Well, actually, your name is on it.
Yeah,
but
but it has Vala on it.
yeah, but out of everybody who's there, like that one person who finds is gonna know it's
80,000 people.
So I'm like, yo, Vala, I'm telling you, the playa provides, bro. You're gonna get your phone back. I said it so confident. When he got the phone back, I was like, I fucking told you. I told you, bro. I had a 50% chance of being right.
No, not 50. To be fair to Al, ain't no 50% chance you get your phone back on the playa. Think of all the places you go, big ass playa.
I'm just saying other things you could say is either you don't get it back or you do.
But that's and then everybody says, nobody's like, man, that shit gone, bro. Like, nobody ever is like, hey, I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you, dog, ain't even worth looking. No, that guy don't exist.
I was saying that, I was like, here again.
You think that's the
But that's the most annoying part because everyone that found out I lost my phone, they're like, bro, the playa provides.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, shut the fuck up.
It does, bro. It does. It's a magical place.
Oh,
when
fuck.
people win the Super Bowl, you got to go to Burning Man. Fuck Disney World.
Yo, facts, bro.
That's where you go.
Okay.
my
yeah.
biggest fuck up was smoking weed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did not
I
enjoy
didn't touch
that.
weed
Did
out.
not enjoy that at all, but I had to do it.
To go to sleep?
No.
The edible to sleep was great.
No, because I was at one of the shows. I love dancing, by the way. I didn't realize. I always knew I loved dancing, but like I danced for like 8 hours, just like sober, just having a great time.
Yeah.
And then I'm standing there, just not really paying attention, and I'm like near the front. It was like just an awesome like show. And then I look over and I just see like some guy's elbow, and then I look up, and it's Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
And then he hands me a joint, and I was like, I'm all right. I'm in the rotation. Like, I'm not gonna not take a joint from Dwight Howard. That's Superman, bro. So,
We were at Casbah, which is one of these parties that like starts like in the morning.
Was that a Blondish party? Shouts
No,
to DJ Blondish.
Yeah,
by
the
the way.
fucking greatest DJ ever. We're gonna talk about her.
That
in a
was the
minute.
best parties, by the way, Casbah.
But Casbah fucking crushed
Casbah in
it.
general.
They killed it.
Yeah.
And it's just me and Mark, and this is like the last stop before you go home. It's probably 10:30, and you know Mark's from Orlando. And we go and we walk up, and then Mark sees Dwight Howard. And Mark is fucking high, and the fucking Tesla's still in the system and everything. And Mark goes, whoa, dude. That was my hero.
yo, that shit is true though.
I just saw my hero, dude.
That's Superman, bro.
Superman.
When I was a kid, I would see him on the highway, and I'm like, yo, the fucking Superman's right there. Like, that was the guy. I was at, like, Game 7 when he made, like, the game-winning shot, like, all the way up in the nosebleeds to, like, win the fucking Eastern Conference. It was insane.
Yeah.
And then he's just, like, chilling right there.
Right there. And then
he
the next day, he's passing.
And then I hit it, and then immediately, like, I'm dancing, and then I'm just, like, so self-conscious.
Yeah.
Just, like, immediately anxious. And, like, everyone's dancing. It's, like, a big vibe. And then, like, I kind of get, like, a little pocket of space, and I'm like, oh, man, like, do these people not like me or something?
Oh, man.
At a rave with 20,000 people all dancing.
Well, that's why, because I'm obviously in the trailer early. He comes up to me, he's like, hey, man, can you, like, tell I'm high? And I'm like, everybody's high, dog, except me. Why you, who cares? It's the fucking burn. And he's like, I just don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to look stupid. You know what I mean? I just don't want to look dumb.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it felt. I was just like, that's another thing I realized. I don't like doing anything alone. Like the idea of like even just drinking alone, anything that's not with other people, it makes me so uncomfortable.
Interesting.
Like anything. So I'm like, so just smoking and being alone, even though I'm with all these other people, I'm not with anyone else I know. So I'm just like hanging out. I'm like, oh fuck, like I smell, or like I'm being weird, and like people are freaked out, or like I'm like dancing too
Is this
much.
after you're high or?
Like right after I smoked, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing I did. I just smoked, and I was just sitting there like, all right, how would a cool guy dance?
Yeah.
And I'm like, they wouldn't do the robot. Why am I doing the robot right now? And then I'm like, don't think anything bad. And then I'm like, oh, I'm fucking, someone's probably died in my family. And I'm like, why am I thinking about that? And then I'm like, thoughts, I can't control them. They're all happening at once.
Yeah.
And then it went away after an hour. And I was like, bro. And then I have my camel pack. I'm like, I'm gonna drink some water. I'm sure some water will help. Grab it, take a big sip, dust. just pure dust. It was just on the ground. The fucking nozzle was in the dirt. Just breathe it all in. Like my tongue is burning. Imagine Cottonmouth plus also just inhaling fucking 9/11 ash. It's just like filling my lungs.
Jesus.
I was like, oh. And then Dwight's like, sick, right? I was like,
Dude, it's so true, man. I had a experience like that. It was with mushrooms, but like where I was just in an insecure vacuum.
yeah.
Which is one thing after another. This wasn't this time. This was, I think, my first time. Maybe I went. Maybe it was the second time, but it can be brutal. And when you have your friends around, they can kind of like cover you a little bit. You know, there's some love, you know, there's some connection right there, but being like completely alone and that starts, yeah, I stay away from the weed. The edibles to pass out were clutch though.
Yeah.
You know, you just kind of need that like night, you know, light switch.
Oh, I was going to sleep easy.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't have a single issue going to sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Dove was generous enough to give you the room with the most AC.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, that last day just going alone was the most fun though.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he would like that.
We
Yeah, it
all
was
want to
sick.
hear about that.
Yeah.
it
What
was
happened the last
It
day?
was just dope. I just would just bike around. I just didn't sleep and just bike to every little thing I could and just talk to as many people as I could. And like, yeah, it was awesome. It was like, the biggest thing is just play. It's just like a bunch of adults. The other thing I thought was cool is the average age is probably like 34.
Oh, it's
That's
much
the best
older.
part.
Yeah, there's not all the fucking kids around.
There's a lot of like
Yeah.
maturity. A lot of people that like know how to handle themselves. A lot of like
Because it's
competency.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the kids can't afford it.
Yeah.
And
It's also a big commitment.
huge commitment.
Also, you don't need it if you're in college. Your whole life is Burning Man.
No, but like Coachella, like the barrier to entry, it's like you get a ticket and then you share. Like I remember doing it for the first time. It's like 18 people in a 3-bedroom. Like, you know, it's the least barrier to entry to go in. And here, it's just like there's planning. People are I mean, yeah, like you said,
It takes organization, and also I would say like it's a very different from college because college it's the opposite. Like you're reliant on so many people. The school has got your insurance, they've got your housing,
parents are paying
got
for
your
it.
money,
Yeah.
they got, and every party is all this. It's like with this, you have to search it out. Like you have to get your own fucking water, you have to get your own RV, you have to fix your own fucking problems. And I think adults are more apt to do that. And then kids, I think there are kids that go there for the party. Like there's all these like model chicks that are there, and they're there just for the party pretty much.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they get something out of it. I think it's very hard to be there for an extended period of time and not fall into it. It's and I know we said this before, but I'm curious your guys' feeling on it after going. Like, do you see how when you remove money and you give access to everybody, like how you create other hierarchies?
Yeah, it's very subversive.
Yeah.
Like, because you're thinking going in, like, oh, I'm gonna like kick it with like these hot models, and people are gonna be dressed so cool, and like
Right.
I'm gonna be hanging with them. And then you realize like the most fulfilling part is like the random guy that like works there.
Yeah.
That like this is like his 20th thing, and he's like showing you a cool spot.
Yeah. And no one works there.
Yeah, I guess not works, but like the volunteers, they're like some random dude that's just been around.
Yeah.
And he's just like down to chop it up.
I mean, we had this awesome moment. We were in this we're at this tent. We're at this camp that had like a huge dance floor, then a bar, and then it had like a side thing that almost looked like a clothing store. And then there was a rack of clothes that were pretty like densely packed. And if you separated them, you could go into this room where the ceilings were maybe like waist high. Waist high? Mm-hmm. And you had to like go through the clothes. And it was like this almost like opium den vibes. And we were all in there. And we were
That was a Molly night.
That was a Molly night,
Yeah.
but it was so cool. We were vibing. We had met up with some random people that we had met up with before. And one of the dudes was like an ex-pastor and that had like given up the church, and him and his wife were there. And we were just talking about like their experience and what was going on and how like there's still a lot from the church that like he really liked. And we asked him if he would do like a prayer for us. And he hadn't done it in like years. And it was like really cool. We all like held hands and he had said this cool prayer. And he had this like moment where he was like, oh wow, I didn't realize I kind of needed that. And I'm like, that's the most random thing that you get in Burning Man.
Yeah.
That saved us. Though.
Yeah, it was great.
The prayer saved us. Because Andrew
You
and
pray
I
for
were,
your phone back. That's what
Andrew and I were just like super low.
Dude.
And just completely checked out. And that happened. And then we were like, oh shit,
Off to
let's
the
go.
races, bro.
Yeah, and then we just went.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those kind of moments are just, I don't know. I just think it's so cool what people can create, especially when they're in like this safe place to be the best version of yourself. I don't think that this is realistic outside of there, but I think one of the motivational things for me is it's like the feeling that I have here, how can I recreate that at times? How can I like recreate that at one of our shows? How can we recreate it through the pod? How can we recreate it in these other parts of life? And I think you can tap into it. I think for it to be that extended feeling, you need drugs and a community that has these guidelines and all these creative people in the same place that are just looking to kind of give. But you can take parts of that and make them exist in the
the
default
drugs
way.
I was thinking is like, they say alcohol is social lubrication.
Yeah.
Drugs are like Burning Man lubrication.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there are people who go every year who are sober. I didn't meet them, but I also wasn't there that long.
Yeah,
But
and in an RV the whole time, pretty much. Yeah.
But I think it helps you enjoy everything and be like a part of it.
Yeah.
The drugs.
I actually met a bunch of people that said they were sober.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is cool. And I'm trying to lean in and be into it. And I was like, this is great. I'm really glad I came.
Yeah.
But I wasn't feeling the thing. Maybe it would have happened in a few more days.
I think it takes a little bit, like, you know. I think it takes 2 or 3 days if it's your first time to get caught up. Because, like, for me, like, guilt works in the opposite direction. You know, I don't know which direction it works in, but, like, there can be a guilt that you feel when you're getting too much, right? And I think that's what inspires so much giving there. It's like you see all these people that put all this time into making these art cars and creating these nights and these DJs and everybody doing this thing and nobody's making money. And at least I start thinking like, fuck, what can I do? How can I help out? Well, there's a guy next to me. He looks like he might need some water. Hey, man, you want some water? There's a guy over here, and they need fucking, a drink. Or maybe you want to just give them a bottle. Maybe you want to just give them a piece of clothing because they think your jacket's really cool. You're like, you know what? You fucking take it. Like, for me, that just starts to like set the wheels in motion. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing. Is like I wish I went alone earlier. I wish I was just there longer.
Yeah.
And like having a thing to give quicker.
Yeah.
Because it like. If you don't, like, I don't know, I think people are using, maybe some people, I don't know, are like using drugs as a way, as like a conduit to connect to people when a gift would be almost like equally or more effective. Like once like we were at like some day thing and I just had like a spray bottle that someone gave me and I was just like spraying people down.
Yeah.
Probably Chris.
Yeah, probably. Someone, I don't know. I was just like spraying people, like it was so hot. And then just through that, people were like, that was a great connection.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that is like I appreciated that moment more than like any type of like substance-induced relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can agree with you on that. Substances, bro. Because you know it's chemicals that are creating this feeling. I was talking to Yeda about this. Like, you're aware that the chemicals are creating the feeling, but the feeling is real.
Yes.
What you feel, the love you feel from someone and to someone and for someone is real. And the way that you're connecting with them is real. And the things you're saying to them. And sometimes you need that, like, extra push to tell someone how you really feel about them. You know, like, existing in the default world for whatever reason, like, and I hate even calling it that, but that's just what we're called, a non-Burning Man. The environment might not be conducive for you to just fucking hug your friend and say, hey man, you're the shit, I love you, this is awesome, because you're also going, man, how many things do we need to do? You know what I mean? How many business deals are on the table? What can we negotiate? What do we need to fix?
They'll think I'm weird if I say this, yeah.
Yeah, so.
But that's like the practice thing. Like if you're able to like use an experimentation or like a drug experience as a way to practice how to behave outside of that. Yeah. I think people do that with mushrooms. Like we'll have an experience and be like, oh, I have a different perspective on how I see myself and my role in society, and now I'm gonna behave that way. Yeah. So I'm like, that to me is where it's the most beneficial.
That is an interesting thing you hear about drugs in general. If you watch the Carlin documentary, his whole career changed because of one acid trip.
Really?
He was like this clean comedian doing those 50s kind of like corny, I guess, jokes. Yeah. And then he had one acid trip and he was like, I'm a complete fraud. Yeah. None of this is real and none of this is who I am. And then he became that kind of like anti-system comic or whatever off of one acid trip. Yeah. And I hear that about shrooms. Like, oh, I got high off shrooms one time and I had this big revelation. Yeah. It's interesting that you'll hear that from drugs sometimes.
Hell yeah.
Life-changing stuff.
It's on music. All these bands and shit, they were doing psychedelics. They were creating some cool things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's like the intentionality thing. Like if you're just going into it to be like, yo, how can I like take and have fun and like be filled up from like this thing? I feel like it's less beneficial, at least for me, than going and being like, okay, what can I learn from this experience and then apply to the rest of my life? Yeah. Because if it's only like predicated or like it can only be accessed through a substance, then you're dependent on the substance. And then I feel like that's where you start like spiraling.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you can take those lessons where like you're on fucking Tesla or E or whatever and you're like, yo, I feel so much love for these people and I'm telling them how much I love them. And now when I'm in real life, I'm gonna kind of get over that insecurity because I didn't have it then. So I'm just gonna push through the insecurity and say it anyway. And now I'm able to channel what like this substance gave me, but in everyday life without being dependent on it.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I did. Like I went in going, I was like, hey, I want to smile at people more. Yeah. Talk to strangers more. And just be loving. So it's like I was just walking up to strangers, giving them a compliment. Yeah, exactly. Just something I like, whatever, either good energy or I like that coat or whatever.
And that's the chemicals thing you're talking about.
Hug, smile. And
that feeling thing is real. You're feeling those real feelings.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you. I understand what you're saying. I just think drugs are also fun.
Yeah. No, yeah, of course. Yeah.
But no, I hear what you're saying. I had that experience with Molly the first time, and I've told the story a million times, but like seeing what happens when you're full and like what you want to do with it, and you just want to like give. You want to give to your friends. And I was like, oh, it's really cool to know like humans are capable of that. So it's like, how do we fill up? Drugs aren't the only way to fill up. There's other ways to fill up. You know, some people fill up through the gym, or some people fill up through achievements, some people fill up by helping others. But getting to the point where you're full, knowing what you do after that is great. Like for me, like complimenting people is not something that's very difficult for me. I actually think it's like one of the most rewarding things about having like some level of like, I don't want to say fame, but like one of the coolest things, let's just call it fame. One of the coolest things about being famous is I can compliment people and be nice to people and be kind to people, and they don't think that I want anything from them. So it's allowed me to be genuinely nice to people, and it's just appreciated. Instead of when someone doesn't know you, especially in New York, and they walk up and they're like being nice, you're like, fuck is this guy, yo? What does he want? What do you what's your game here? What's your, I get to just be like, hey man, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that fucking jacket. And then someone goes, oh shit, Schultz, what up, man?
Yeah,
oh,
no one thinks
thanks.
you're trying to steal their jacket.
Exactly.
Yeah. Can I ride your bike?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, yeah, of course. Yeah, right.
And I feel like Burning Man creates that environment. Maybe it's induced by the drugs, and maybe it's induced by the other things.
a lot of things, yeah.
But like, it creates the environment where there's a reduction of cynicism, and you get to, and Uyeda said this brilliant, he's like, you're coming to a place where there's like almost no cynicism, right? So like, you're taking everything at face value. If somebody comes up to you, a dude comes up to you, and you're like, dude, your outfit's fucking sick. He means it.
Yeah. Or if someone grabs your phone, like you trust, like, oh, they're not about to run off.
No.
They're gonna take a picture of me or something.
Yeah,
like,
because it's not take.
Yeah.
Like, everybody there is in give mode, and when people are in give mode, it's not weird when someone gives you something and asks for nothing. So if it's a compliment, if where you will take somebody's phone, you think that they're actually gonna give you something out of that experience, and it just totally like resets your mind.
yeah.
It was interesting to see, like, you see people walk up to you in the streets over here all the time, and it's just like, you know why they're coming up. They're appreciative of like the comedy, the podcast, and all of that, and you almost have like the same type of reaction. You're appreciative and you give it right back.
Yeah.
Seeing the people that would like, they would always sneak up on you at Burning Man, be like I remember one girl going like, well, I didn't know you were a burner, and you're sharing a different reaction with your fans in this case that were like, they probably were like, oh shit, he's giving me more than like what that interaction would normally be, because you actually really wanted to know about them. So I saw that with you a lot on there. That was actually kind of cool. And then I was front row seat to this fucking glowing orb that is Alexx Media on the playa. Insert video of him head to toe sequence. There was a day, it's
Killing
from
it.
sunrise over, and you said this before, I think it's before this started happening all over the place, where you were like, if you feel good, you look good. And he was head to toe sequence, and people would just walk up to him like verge of tears, like, what is this ball of energy that I'm walking up to? And Al just like would give him the biggest hugs while he was still dancing. It was the craziest day. It was from like
the best hugs.
sunrise through that
I'll
day.
give the best hugs.
So I was loving it. I especially loving
goes
saying
floating.
hello to every single black person I saw.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's
I almost
also
started
the best
doing
thing
that.
Every black person, yeah.
I almost started doing it because I was with you when you were doing it.
It was so many black
so
people.
many
yeah.
more this time. I was very happy about
But the
that.
first hello was never like in person. You have to see it from like at a distance. It's
Yeah.
10 feet away, and you see Al, you see the black person, they look at each other, and they're just like, yeah. And then they kind of like do this little dance bounce to each other and just hug.
Oh, so fun.
I had such a fulfilling experience there, man.
What was your favorite party?
Favorite party? I don't know. Because it's all kind of a blur to me. Because I don't really care about the DJ or whatever the case.
Yeah.
I don't really necessarily like that music. I love it now.
Now, bro.
But
I've been
I
listening
didn't like it
nonstop.
before. I kind of needed the drugs to even like enjoy that type of shit.
Yeah.
But honestly, no. My favorite things were the one-on-one experiences I had with people.
Yeah.
That was the favorite part. Like one time, me and Vala, we walked off. We went to the Man and like watched the sun come up. It was just a joyous moment, like arm in arm, just like watching the sun come up, vibing, connecting. Like that was beautiful.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. That's the best part. I think it's just the personal connections. You know?
Yeah.
And whether it's dancing with somebody at a party and like, or just like listening to a story or listening to like a difficult thing they had to go through.
And the anonymity is so cool. talking to someone, yo, what's your name? They don't tell you their government name.
Yeah.
They tell you apply a name.
I can't get on board
I
with
need
that shit.
I need apply a name, bro.
The thing that's
My
cool.
only cynicism.
It
that
feels kind of
exists.
corny, but the cool thing about it is that this person, and I'm now talking, this happened to me like multiple times, where someone tells me not their name, and then that indicates to me, oh, they're like enjoying being a different person, being kind of anonymous.
Yeah.
And then I'm able to ask them really deep questions, and we're getting into this crazy conversation, and then at the end of it, there's no like, hey, let me keep your info. It's just like, this ends now.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like symbolic of like burning all the art. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, this conversation is burnt forever. Like this relationship is never gonna happen again. You just purged all this,
Yeah.
and I told you stuff I've never told anyone before.
Yeah.
And then we're just walking away, and that's the end.
Yo, it's yeah. You're living in that moment, which is the idea of this, right? That's why they're like,
but
don't
there's
take
a
any
catharsis
pictures
to
and
like
shit. Yeah.
to getting stuff off your chest. They're like, yo, I can't even tell like my family this, but like I'll tell you because there's no stakes.
Son, people be telling, bro. I was at the bathroom. I'm waiting to go to the bathroom, and this guy next to me, and I'm like, "How you doing, my man?" And he's like, "I'm good." He goes, "You know, and if I complain, no one would listen," or something like. There's a saying like,
Oh yeah.
"If I complain, no one would listen," and I'm like, "I'd listen. What you want to complain about?" He goes, no one cares about your complaints, you know. And I go, no, man. If you have something to complain about, I'll listen. I'm gonna listen to you right now. I'm like, this is the gift I'm gonna give to him. He goes, I just want to die. Son, now, I gotta be honest with you. I had to go to the bathroom so bad, son. And someone came out the urinal, and I was just like, hold that thought, my G.
You gotta keep it together for 2 minutes.
This is one gift I ain't giving today.
He came out, guy was gone.
Literally.
What happened? There was one death at Burning Man in 2022.
But he had points or what?
He didn't convince me. He didn't say much, but nah, I didn't talk to him after that. To be honest, with you.
Favorite party?
Say again.
What was your favorite party?
Blondish.
Not that one.
This DJ was so amazing, man. I've never heard of her, and I know, I didn't before, just because I'm not familiar with the music. I'm sure she was like a huge success, but she was fucking phenomenal, man.
I was sober and she was great.
right.
Great. I was like, this is, and I don't normally like that music. I was like, this is great.
Oh, she was just great, and like. We saw her at one party at Casbah, and then later we saw her at an art car, and her and Diplo, who also fucking crushed it on that
he
art
was
car.
great too.
We saw them at this, it's called Titanic's Revenge or something.
Yeah,
Titanic's
iceberg,
End.
basically.
Titanic's End. Oh, that makes more sense because and they were fucking killing it, and I was high and fucking drunk, and I tried to bestow a compliment on her. What did I mean, I was so stupid.
You talked to her?
Yeah, like, what did I say?
It's Diplo's talking to him. He's a comedy fan, I guess. Wait, sorry, what was I gonna say? I just blanked.
No, remember I said, I went to...
I literally just.
Nah, that come down, get you, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Tap her while she's like, okay, I don't want to interrupt her when she's like mixing, and then you tap. You're exceptional. she just like holds and like you wait and you want her to like focus on you, and you were just like,
I was like, you were exceptional.
That's
right?
a nice thing to say.
Well, I'm not done.
No.
And that's no, good. I go, you were exceptional. And then she waits, she kind of looks at me, she says, okay. Now, earlier in the night, when we were watching her at this party in front of the pyramid, it was beautiful. There was like this really vulnerable moment that she had where she was like, I really liked you guys. And then she goes, did you guys like me?
Yeah.
And then everybody goes, yeah. She goes, okay, I'm just working on my insecurities. So I'm approaching her with that energy, right? I'm like, oh, she's like just this brilliantly talented person that also is kind of insecure, maybe in like a social setting. So I want to come in and just make you feel so comfortable. Yeah. So I go, you were exceptional. And she goes, yeah. So I'm like, hold on, yo. You tricked me before when I was successful, yo. You tricked me before when I was screaming, you're the most amazing. What the hell is going on? I almost like, yo, you speak English, but like I had no fucking clue what was going on. She was brilliant. And then when I tried to articulate, she didn't say yeah, then she's like, yeah, or something. It's like, yeah, thank you. Like, we're just something like super confident, like self, you know. And then I said this, what I was trying to articulate, and I didn't understand how to kind of do it, but I was like, it's like you're having a conversation. I was like, you listen to the crowd. And the only way I could kind of make sense, if I didn't explain it anymore, but in stand-up, like there's some comics that just like, they say their jokes, but it's almost like they don't listen to the crowd reacting or not. Mm-hmm. And then the crowd kind of tunes out, because it's just like, you're just spewing things, but you're not listening to us. Mm-hmm. And it felt like when she was DJing, especially in front of the pyramid, granted we're fucking on drugs or whatever, but it was like, oh, this is a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, we felt like paid attention to. And then she was like, oh, thank you for that. And then nothing after that. But she's still, I've been listening to her non-fucking stop and just amazing. My favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's about having everyone together. Like for me, that was the best time. It's just like when everyone was chilling together, we all linked up and
Riding e-bikes on the playa at sunrise is like.
I wish Vala didn't leave, man. I really wish.
I texted him that. I was so bummed that he left.
Yeah, I really wish he didn't leave.
That was probably my biggest regret that I didn't get to experience.
one Thursday all together.
Yeah.
That's all we needed.
Literally, that was like my only like negative thing that I took from Burning Man was that I didn't get because the moment that we had on the drive up was amazing, and then the moment that Al and I had was like amazing.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite part of Burning Man was just hanging out with Al.
Yeah.
And like Al was just like the most adorable fucking human being ever. He's like he sees me from the corner of his eyes. He's like, Vala, I'm a little fucked up, man. I'm gonna need your help. And I was like, don't worry, bro, I got you. And then we literally just locked arms and we just started walking towards the man. It was like, the man is like this like massive like thing that's like right in the middle of the playa. And we just walked up there. I was like, yeah, let's go watch the sunrise.
Yeah.
And then we just found a spot and we both just like kind of laid like this. And we're just watching the sun come up. And like, it was just the most amazing
Awesome
moment
time.
of the whole fucking thing. Like
great.
literally, like we're both just like sitting there tearing up. Like, and then we just talked about everything over the past like 2 years, just like, you know, just like things that we've gone through and, you know, just like misunderstandings and all that stuff. And we kind of just like hugged it out and then walked back to, yeah, that was dope.
I wish you stayed longer, and I wish you guys came earlier because I do think that like the first few days there's like a bonding experience that happens.
Yeah.
And the party isn't as crazy or whatever, but the bonding is so deep.
Yeah. And there's like a jitters, like I feel like it's like first
There's an
day of school.
excitement.
Everyone's so excited.
And also people are less down,
Right.
right? Because by Thursday, early in the night, you
start to
feel
feel that
it. Bro, I felt like an energy. And I was like, oh, everybody's hurting a little.
Yeah.
And then it gets to like 2 or 3 in the morning and you're like, oh, everybody's so high, that's covered up.
Yeah.
But when we were at that one party that was like,
Yeah.
it felt like, I don't know, like dungeon music.
Hellfire?
Yeah, like hellfire. Like, I was like, yo, everybody here needs ecstasy or something like that. Like, we need did you feel the energy a little?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's how you can also follow that music. It's like, now you know, you don't need to know every DJ or this, but like the style of music, like you need to be into that style.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out because
Yeah.
you will feel the
energy of it. Yeah.
I'm glad you guys woke me up that Thursday
final night, yeah.
Because I was about to just sleep take
Like,
that day off.
Trying to wake me up that night. This guy came in and is just like poking my face. Vala, don't hate me, buddy, but I'm gonna try to wake you up. I'm like,
yeah.
and it's his fault because he made me do the fucking blow.
But I got you going, though. What about you, Mark? What was your favorite experience?
It was that first night we were all together. Like just that whole night was like the best as far as like a collective, like, I don't know, like bonding moment.
Yeah.
And then just, I mean, I was only there 3 days. So it was that, and then it was the next day of just exploring and like hanging out, talking to as many people as I could, just stopping people and just being like, yo, where are you going? Can I come?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You would just stop people?
Yeah, like, because that was like the thing. That's what I was trying to mention. Like when, like using substances as a conduit to like access emotion, and then accessing the emotion later as like a more frequent and sustainable way to like benefit from the drugs in the first place.
Yeah, it's
like,
great.
So I was like, oh, this is what I would do like if I was kind of drunk.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna walk up to someone like and try to channel that confidence. Just be like, yo, where are you guys going? Can I tag along?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
every time they were like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
One of the days I went off by myself, I just started stopping at random camps and
Yeah.
just started helping them out. Like, I was like helping them put shit together. Like one camp I stopped, they were like doing food, so I was just helping serving the food, and then I just like
great.
left. I didn't even eat.
That's
Like
great.
it just felt so
Isn't
good.
it great to just help and not want anything?
Yeah.
Ugh, it's a
And it was
great
during
feeling.
the day when I was like completely sober. It felt more rewarding that I was like putting it into practice.
Having time alone there it's valuable, but like it took me a few years to feel comfortable with it. Like time alone, it can be scary, especially if you're, down, maybe you're in your head a little bit. But I had a night looking for you guys alone. And what was nice about it was I didn't look too hard. You know what I mean? Like I took the time. Okay, maybe I go back. There are events that are happening. There are DJs that are happening at certain times. And that's your communication with people.
Yeah.
Because you can't text.
Yeah.
But if you know your friends are going to be at a place, you're not like in this state of, am I ever going to meet them? You go, at 4 o'clock, they'll be there somewhere. So
that's how I found you guys after I crashed on my bike and broke my foot.
And it works.
Yeah.
And then for me, like I have a comfort and a calm because I agree with you guys. The most valuable part to me is being with friends that I love. And I just want to see them experience it and see them, tap into these new things, right? And tap into new things myself. So like I would feel FOMO if I wasn't with you guys. But knowing that I am going to meet up with you guys at a certain point in time gives me all the comfort in the world to go explore.
Yeah.
And that was really cool, man.
Which is so crazy because you're in the middle of the desert with 80,000 people.
Yeah.
And you just run into people.
All the time.
That's the craziest fucking... Dude, I ran into friends that I haven't seen in years. And I lived 10 minutes away from them in LA or New York.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck did I just run into you?
Yeah.
And it was like right when you're on like your way down.
Yeah.
Because it's like 9 a.m., the sun's up, and you're hot, and you're like, fuck, man, I kind of just want to go back to the RV. You just like turn around, and you're like, holy shit, give me a hug. And that's like the coolest moment.
That night that I kind of went out solo, I was, you guys were, I think, went to a party where Blondish was at like Juju. And then that night later was when Robot Heart and Mine Were. These are these two massive art cars that have music. We're going to like meet up and play the concert together. And I went out, I went all around, I like looked for like, Diddy and fucking Elon Musk's camp there over on the other side. And I was like, how's the other half live, And then I went to some other parties, kind of like walked around, saw some shit. I finally biked out there to Mind Warrior and Robot Heart, and I was looking, I couldn't find you guys. I did another loop, couldn't find it. And then I went back to my bike, and all of a sudden I turned to my left, and Jamil, my friend, since I'm 13 years old, is just standing right there next to my bike with his bike.
Selling lemonade.
Still
charging $1.
$1, bro. And then it was just like you said, it's like you're gonna bump into them, and then we just rocked out that night.
Funny thing about Jamil, I got lost one night looking for this fucking party. The same night as Blondish at Juju, and I was like, fuck, I can't find this one party that I want to go to because my friend was DJing there. And I started riding my bike to Juju for Blondish because I knew they're all going to be there. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to stop at every camp and just like see what's going on there. And I'm riding my bike. I can't see shit because it's like a massive sandstorm.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden, Jamil has no lights on, anything. Dude is like dark skin, wearing dark clothes, no lights on. And I'm like, yo, is that Jamil?
Yeah.
And I pull over, I was like, he's like, who the fuck am I talking to right now? Who do you think you're talking to?
You have no idea how many times that shit happened. He's like Dumbledore. You're just like a fucking, he just apparates and he's just like, I have a plan for you. And you're like, all right, this is super helpful actually. But like that was my biggest insecurity that I wish I could have gotten out of my system or like next time do better at is like not trying to maximize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
hard, dude.
I have such a desire to like maximize and optimize everything. Like, okay, I'm here for 24 hours. How do I do all the best stuff and do everything and have the best perfect time?
Yeah.
And as a result, like I'm at things and instead of enjoying them, I'm
You
like
think about the next one.
yeah, I'm thinking of the next one, the one I just left. I was like, gosh, I should go back to that, or like, is there another thing? And like, I don't know. It's difficult to like channel like, yo, what do I actually like?
That is.
What do I actually enjoy?
I relate to that a million different ways, and that's what I really liked about like a schedule. And Dove, this is a great contribution that you gave to us, which was like, I mean this, like, and I knew that you were going to do this, but like Dove would know a few fun things that were happening that night. And then once you knew that,
he would tell you, be here, this place, this time.
You knew where your friends were going to be, and you knew things that were going to be fun and you were going to have a good time. Outside of those things, get lost.
Yeah.
Spend as much time as we want in a fucking opium den. We could have been doing other things, but we got in this really cool conversation in an opium den. But we knew that there were other things to do. I get the anxiety when I don't know what we could be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine choosing not to do it because I'm having fun with something else. But I don't like going, well, what is out there? What else is going on? You know? But yeah, I don't know if I don't know if you ever lose the feeling of FOMO because the more you go, the more things you realize are there.
Yeah.
Right? So the more you feel like you were going to be missing out on.
Yeah.
You gotta just dig the fucking heels in, man. And have some fun.
But yeah, there's a way to get over that or like to practice that.
Yeah.
And to really be like, yo, what do I like?
Yeah, but
What do I
don't know.
actually enjoy?
I think you hit it about the being with friends. For me, it's all about collaboration. It's like, I love us as a group doing this. I love group sports. Even with surfing, I hated doing it alone. It's an individual sport. I hated being alone. I like watching my friends get waves and like their eyes fucking light up when they get the best wave of their life. I like seeing that with you guys. There's that famous quote, not to be cliche, but like if you want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go together. But I mean that. Like I feel that 1,000,000%. Life is so much more enjoyable when it's shared. And I think Burning Man is the epitome of that. Like seeing everybody that you already sleep in an RV with, but at the party later when you haven't seen in a few hours, and the excitement that why is that exciting? Why is it fun? Why do you like have to hug your boy?
Yeah.
It's just better.
Yeah.
Dancing with someone is better than dancing alone.
Yeah.
Dancing alone is great. But like Al and I were doing fucking merengue in the front of like, and it was just the best, dude. It was like, yeah.
Oh, so good. So good.
Yeah. So you'll do that. You think you guys will go back? That's a good question.
Yeah. 100%.
No. No. God told me, you're not built for this.
God did.
This ain't
God
for you.
did.
God did, yeah.
Duff.
I will. It's not one of those things after like that drive out and after like that part, you're just like, I don't want to think about it right now. I don't want to be one of those guys that talks about it for weeks and weeks and like, this is what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Because I know now I can do it. I know what I liked. I know that there's still much to discover in there, but I knew before what I knew I would like. I love the link up afterwards and us like, it was simple. With your friends, connecting even deeper and riding Sunrise on the Playa with e-bikes is just like, it's everything. But it's not something I'm thinking about right now. I'm just like...
Well, actually, the drive actually wouldn't be bad, even like leaving or whatever, if you just like if I was with my girl or some shit and we're just like able to talk and just fucking like putt around in traffic, like it would have been worth it. 24 hours, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? That was one thing I wish. I wish my girl was there.
Yeah.
Like that would have been so cool. Like it's like perfect date night for a week. Just exploring random shit, looking at stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like I feel like there's less of a need for me at least to worry about FOMO or like finding the cool thing when like the click like that is so intimate.
Yeah, I want my wife to be there, but I want other people's wives to be there. Because I want them to be able to experience shit too. Because I still want to do things myself. And I know that especially the first time, that would make my wife uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to babysit.
Yeah.
So I want to experience the things that we want to experience together, and then I want her and the girls to go do the things that they're curious about. There's a fucking spa on Burning Man that you get an appointment to do your fucking toes and your fingers.
There's
shampoo
they
your
had
hair.
a pregnancy meetup. I was like talking to like this pregnant couple for like a few hours, and like they literally were at a meetup where there was like 30 pregnant women that were just like hanging out.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be judgmental, and I was like, so like, have you been sober this week?
Yeah.
She looked at me like, she was like, you fucking idiot, duh. I was like, well, I don't want to judge. But yeah, it's like there's so many things for everyone. It seems like the best.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if they get down.
But like, I'm thinking like, I want like my parents to go. I want my sister. Like
Yeah,
every
that's what
single
I thought,
thing I saw, I knew a person in my life that was like, oh, this would be their favorite thing.
Yeah.
And I'm so pissed that like they can't be here to do their favorite thing.
Yeah.
So I just have to go tell them about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've had those exact same feelings. I still have those afterwards, like, because there is something for everybody there.
Yeah.
And then you get to experience the thing that you like in the greatest environment ever created.
With other people that's also their favorite
Yeah.
thing. And it just happened. It was so coincidental.
Geek out about the art
Yeah.
with the people that also are geeking out about it and then love you and think you're great.
That
and
was a
you
really
think
cool
they're
moment.
great.
We walked up to an art thing, and there was this guy. Like it was the one where like all the different mechanisms like impacted the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
when he
you
flipped
would
out.
like
Yeah.
So like every little thing was happening, and there's this guy running up being like, "Oh, try this one. Do this thing. Put on these glasses." And you walk up to him and you go, "Oh, are you the artist?" And he goes, "No, I'm not. I just thought I'm really excited."
Yeah.
And so he's just like showing everyone how to do it. He's just like running the thing. And apparently the actual artist was in there, and they were just like
Just
chilling.
watching.
Well, this guy was
Watching
doing
people get excited
Yeah.
off their art. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Are you already planning going back? Like, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm definitely bringing my girl next time.
100%.
Yeah, she has to come.
Yeah.
I want to bring as many people as you can. It's like everybody I know,
Yeah.
especially black people. I would like to bring more of them.
Yeah.
It's like they need to see this.
Yeah.
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 You?
I mean, the second I'm out, I missed it. I woke up the next morning and I was like having FOMO.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I started playing the music. I was like listening to Blondish and I would like get caught up. And it was almost like if there's a little like ecstasy left in my system, it like rattles it and gets it going again. Like,
It's like in your spinal cord.
yeah.
Crack your back.
There we
and
go,
fucking-
yeah.
Stir the glass and
Exactly.
there's like
some sediment at the bottom, right?
What's crazy is
yeah.
you don't party. Like you really don't. Like sometimes on tour, so I'm
I'm
just
not
like,
a partier like that. Yeah.
I'm just like, what
you
is the
enjoy
goal?
it.
What is the thing you could do in between, like vacation partying?
No,
is
but like for
fun,
me, like
but-
even on tour, like what is my favorite thing to do? It's-
Eating.
No, but it's not eating.
Oh,
It's
that
being-
post-show.
It's the
being
communal
together,
aspect of eating.
talking, fucking busting balls, enjoying life, listening to some music. I could hang out in the fucking green room afterwards and do the same thing with everybody. Like, so this, I get the same thing from Burning Man in that regard. We're all together. We're all enjoying life. We're all making fun of one another. We're all just appreciating what we just did. Like a post show isn't that different. Like think about after Radio City or like
Yeah, yeah.
after like when we did Town Hall. Like
Crazy energy, euphoria,
yeah,
like success.
gratitude.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Seeing people like excited over like banal achievements is so funny too. Like just the sun rising and then people hugging.
Yeah.
Like we did it. It's like time went
they
by.
were cheering.
But they were so excited.
Yeah.
I felt it too. I was like, we did do it.
Yeah.
But we didn't. But we did though.
Yeah, but the beauty of that shit with the mountains.
Oh yeah, and like it warms you up. You get sun worship. You get why like every culture like worship the sun. Of
course.
It's like all life comes from this thing. It makes you
Yes.
feel good. You see it. You're safe from predators. Like everything good in the world happens when that thing's
When
there,
that
and everything
thing's there.
bad is when that thing's not there.
And there's something really cool when you're with all your friends and all your loved ones and you're sitting on the ground and the sun is literally peeking
Creeping
from the
towards you.
ground.
Yeah.
And it's like making its way up and you're like,
Yeah.
and you can still hear like the music from Robot Heart bumping.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, this is dope.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, it's just fucking great. And you know what's interesting? As much as like we're talking about how awesome this place is I don't know why Shifty's laughing.
Yeah, I know these guys are mushing right now. What?
It doesn't matter. We plow through. As amazing as we're describing it, it is the worst environment on the planet. The harshest.
Yeah.
Like desert, hot as fuck during the day, sand is everywhere. Like
Dust, not even
dust,
sand.
like,
Sand's
whatever.
easy to get off. Dust is on you.
But isn't that cool that all these feelings that
You
we
wash
have
your
can
hands
exist?
and then immediately
it's
dust
caked on it. Yeah.
Immediately.
You
It's
create
crazy.
clay by
Yeah.
like washing
you
it.
guys weren't in the valley this past week. It was brutal.
It was
in
bad?
LA.
Yeah.
It was like 112 degrees
but-
every day.
Yeah.
People that are sleeping in tents had to change their entire
Like Jamil.
schedules because they couldn't physically go to sleep in the daytime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would have to sleep in
Poor
those few hours
Jamil was
a
just
day.
in a tent.
Yeah, I know. All right, well, look, any last thoughts? Anything else that we want to share?
No, I had a great time. Thank you so much for making it happen.
Of course, man.
Not only like the inspo, but also like planning everything. And
Yeah,
doing all
Andrew
that.
did
Thank
everything.
Thank Ben Uyeda. Ben Uyeda was so
Ben is the
fucking
best.
amazing with
Yeah.
Ben
this,
is the
man.
best,
Like
dude.
he's
That's great.
dude, that's something I really enjoyed with Ben is like we would do all this like planning and like problem solving and like organizing and like also thinking how we would do things in the future and how we would improve things. And it was like this little cool bonding moment that we would share like every single day. And it was beautiful. Like I really enjoyed problem solving with him. And yeah, it was great. And like figuring out, seeing how his mind worked with things. And
that
like,
was my favorite.
yeah, it's
Like,
just-
seeing the way his mind works.
His
and how-
analogies.
Yeah.
oh, it was amazing.
Everything?
He's a
Great.
machine with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool. Like,
Best body on earth, by the way.
oh my God.
Yeah,
that is
unbelievable.
fucking-
brother loves his brother.
Oh yeah, his brother was great too, man.
But yeah, I would like encourage people to go on like the supposition that like you are in a mental state where like, you're ready to like give and play, and also like old enough to appreciate it, and then not going into it with the assumption that like drugs are necessary. Yeah. And that like they could be used to like have fun and kind of like get things moving, but like not essential.
You're gonna do them probably no matter what. No. No. I mean like it is what happens there, but I say that because I'm saying don't go there to do drugs. Like you can do drugs anywhere. There's no. There's like it's not what you're going there for. Is you're gonna find out, but it will be that connection. And that connection will happen with or without the drugs, will happen during the day when you're miserable and somebody's handing you a fucking ice cold beer when you really fucking want one, you know, or it'll happen at night when you guys are partying there. But yeah, the drugs aren't like this necessary component, but it is a quicker way to get you there. Yeah. You know? Yeah, go check it out if you guys want to. If you don't want to, it's all good. The guys that didn't come, do you guys have curiosity about going? Miles said no to the experience.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, I would have loved to go, but some other time, definitely.
Yeah. Yep. I don't feel like he wants it. Guys, we didn't do a good job describing the burn.
No, he'll go. He'll love it.
Yeah,
he's the guy that explores every camp, everything, chats with people.
Yeah, I would have loved it. I would have, and I think it sounds really cool. And like just being in this room is like fun to hear. It's fun to hear you guys talk about it.
Yeah. I'm not convinced. Literally. Shifty, I know we can't hear you, but just speak loud enough. Okay, you got it. Go.
I'm kind of glad I didn't go.
Okay.
Because I don't think I would have been able to appreciate it.
Okay.
I don't think I'm old enough.
Because Andrew would have made you work the whole time?
No, I don't have enough life experience.
Shifty, we could be getting content right now.
Yeah, we could have been. Where's the camera?
He's just captioning everything.
Yeah. I just don't think I have enough life experience yet to appreciate doing cocaine in the desert yet.
That's a very reductive version of
but no,
it's kind of proof,
really
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would like love to do it when I get older and like could handle it better, but I would have, you guys would have left, I would have been in the middle of the desert alone, and I would have fallen apart.
That's fair.
Nah, there's no way.
That's fair.
There's literally no way.
The people look out, but this is okay.
You literally set up a lemonade stand in the park today. You are a burner. Like, this is halfway there.
Well, he charged money. Shub?
I would have been there just babysitting Shifty the whole time. But no, I feel like I'm not ready for it yet either.
Okay.
I'm still too young.
Okay, wow. That's really interesting. That's it. I'm like fascinated by it. Why do you guys think that?
I said I wanted to go. Fucking these guys didn't. And you got more mad at me.
Because we didn't believe you.
Yeah.
You sound like me saying I want to go.
Yeah, we didn't believe.
That's the broken foot, but it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Oh yeah, what happened? Did you walk here today?
I didn't walk here. No, I Ubered.
He's fine. This motherfucker capping about all this shit.
Walking around.
He was partying the whole night.
He's good, bro.
He's good now.
Cassetta, what are you thinking? You think you want to go to Burning Man?
I'm open to it.
Son, I don't think we're good PR for Burning Man. Son. Yo, but maybe this is good.
That's
maybe
perfect.
this is
That's way
how
better.
we maintain it.
Yeah, don't go.
Yeah.
Maybe if because I did
sucks. You guys should never
no.
go to.
I was concerned a little bit, and I was like, I know we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about our experiences there, and we're probably we're maybe without a doubt the biggest podcast that's ever spoken about Burning Man right now. This episode.
Yeah.
So it's not to say that people don't know about their sketches and all this kind of thing. Like people make jokes about it every single year afterwards. But like we're probably the biggest platform that said this was awesome. So a little part of me was like, we better speak about this in the right way so that we create an expectation that people will want to experience, but that is also true to the experience. And if everybody so far that's listened to us was like, fuck that, then maybe we did the right thing, guys.
Yeah, we killed it. Yeah, we killed it.
Totally okay
Burning
with
Man
that.
is safe.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Burning Man is safe.
There's also something Al said at the.
Oh no, we're ending it.
Nope.
We back, people.
I'll just check. I
Yeah.
had to. Vala, I had to.
Yeah.
We drove out together.
Motherfucker down.
no. Go.
Go, Vala, go.
What do you got, Jack Sparrow? You got it.
Go.
I mean, Pack Sparrow. My bad.
Pack Sparrow.
Fuck you, Mark.
Okay, go. Go.
Oh, yo, can I tell you the funniest shit ever? The
you
funniest
should.
shit
You
ever?
should. Tell me.
Son,
When India lost to
Tell it.
Pakistan? Is that okay.
no, you lost. Hold on. We're getting off the elevator, and this Hugo, this bad bitch is on the elevator with us
Oh,
getting off
God.
with us or
Why?
something. It's me, Mark, Vala, and this girl. Girl's very cute. And Vala, I guess, is trying to impress the girl.
No,
Mark says
not
something. I
even-
don't know who she is. Very pretty girl.
Where are we? In Burning Man?
This here before we go. This
Yeah,
is
we're
like
talking- we're not
on
talking about
our
Burning
way
Man
out
anymore.
to Burning Man.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is the last day we're together.
Yeah.
A week before.
For some reason, Mark says something, and for some reason, Vala wants to shit on Mark to impress this girl, right? And Vala says something to Mark like, "Oh, whatever, bro. You sound like a fucking idiot." And then
just bullying
Mark
me,
is
bro.
just kind of like walking his bike casually, and Vala and the girl are like this, and then Mark, after a few seconds, just calls out. He goes, "Imagine being 5'6". It was so funny because as Vala said that, I was like, yo, why are you shitting on Mark to impress this girl? You don't need to do that, dog. It's not necessary. And then Mark takes it, no fucking emotion on his face whatsoever, just casually walking his bike. Yo, imagine being 5'6". That's all he says.
Bro, that shit was crazy.
And this is why I hate Mark.
That shit was unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Like, it was, I felt bad. I didn't even feel bad.
I've never seen any shit like that before in my life, dog.
This is like the 8th time that day Vala was just saying some like little snarky, persnickety thing to me. Just like, oh, Mark, you loser. Oh, shut up, dork. Like, he was just
Yeah, it
bugging
was
me
like
all
that.
day.
Yeah.
All day. This is my Columbine, bro. It like felt like I was Billy Klebold, bro. That shit felt amazing.
And he killed me in 3 words, bro. I was like,
Oh, that shit was so good.
But what is it like, though? No, what did you want to say to Al before? Say
No,
what
real
you
talk
want-
is not that bad.
What is that?
Being 5'6".
I'm taller than him.
Hey, I'm 5'7", thank you. I'll steal sex appeal.
Ready to go.
Okay, tell us. What were you saying to Al, son?
No, it's something Al said at the airport where I'll let you finish it, but I'll remind you. He said when he's at Burning Man, he doesn't feel black.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't really want to
Me
say that.
neither.
You did say that, though. No, he didn't say that. Yo, Miles is racist, son.
Fuck that.
Never. Hold on. But Shifty, get back on the camera. Never in my life have I been more sure Miles was racist as fuck. For the first moment in Al's life, Al just feels like a person without an identity is defined by his race. And Miles listens to the information and goes, you wish that was the case. You wish.
Vala just outed Al, and then Al goes, yeah, I didn't want to say that. That's why I'm laughing.
Bullshit, Miles. Miles laughs at the idea.
Nah, I just.
Miles like, I'm going to Burning Man next year to make sure you never feel that way again.
I'm not racist.
I wasn't sure if I'd be able to like articulate it that well because I don't want it to sound like I'm very proud of being black and I like that it's part of my identity. But I was afraid that if I articulate it wrong, it sounds like, oh, I'm happy that I didn't feel black at Burning
Is
Man,
it,
you know?
let me ask you, and I'm trying to help for real. Is it, you don't feel like everybody's looking at you like, oh, hey, there's a black guy? Like if you're the majority, if you're a white dude walking through most places in America, it's just like, oh, hey, there's a guy. And then if you see a black person or a brown person or whatever, you're like, oh, there's
the
a
street.
brown person, there's a black person.
Well, luckily here there's no streets.
You crossed the playa.
That e-bike a little harder. They're coming.
Well, even if he steals, I'm giving anyway. So who cares?
Steal from giving it.
I'm gifting.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's like
Is that it? It's not?
What if it's like when you... Okay. What if it's like there are certain things that may be frowned upon to do because of your identity. And in a place like this, you feel free to do them because that's not what you're leading with.
Not really. It's kind of more so I just wasn't reminded. I feel that in society every single day, there's just like little minor things that just constantly remind me. That, you know, like you get reminded that, oh, you're black, or, oh, you know, why you dressed this way, or why, like, there's those subtle things. And I just didn't feel it at all on that.
Wouldn't it be nice if you just said that in the beginning?
It's hard to explain it. No, but it's hard to explain it. But yeah, I just don't feel
But you would often say, you'd be like, I hate blacks. Like,
that's why. That's why. You open that door and they are gonna.
Remember? You'd be like, and then they come here, they call it the playa, not the playa. Remember that?
And there is a black kid. They have like a play on words like that.
Anyway. Yeah. Damn, bro, did we ruin Burning Man, son?
Bro.
Like, everybody we talked about, they don't want to go.
Yep.
Now it's down to, what, 40,000 next year?
Miles, there's very little blacks there, so
I said I want to go. I'm not
I think
racist.
they are.
Some of them are tall, though.
Damn it!
What is your outfit going to be next year? Can I take a guess?
Can you move your point? I'm trying to see the show. Your hat is so tall.
He just goes to Joann's and buys all the white fabric.
What, dude?
I can't do Miles like that.
What are you talking about?
He's going to.
You know Miles' favorite drug?
What?
The K.
This is your best friend.
I held his secret that he had chickenpox. I held his secret he had chickenpox for days, weeks. He called me 3 days before. He goes, "Is anyone else there sick?"
I don't care. I don't care.
I held your secret. I know you did. Monkeypox.
No one had service on Burning Man.
Wait, you didn't tell us?
Yeah, he called. He goes, "Yo, is anyone else sick at the studio?" And I go, "No." And then he texts me the next day. He goes, "Hey, don't talk about me being sick. Never happened. I never talked about that."
He's a good friend for that. He's a good guy.
Good friend to some.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, well, we're stretching this out. Yeah. Unless what we really should do is fucking take a Tesla pill right now and then reflect on it all over again.
Let's go.
You guys want some?
Stop it.
Stop it. Okay, let's
Stop it.
He's waiting for you to pull it. Don't do anything.
Son, if you-
Let's just
son.
end this.
Stop it.
I'll pull it out right now.
Stop it.
End this.
Hold on, because I kind of want to go to dinner with my wife on a Tesla without her knowing.
Done? You are.
Down,
You
bro.
are.
Dove's coming
Take
down.
the pill right now.
Dove.
I'll take it right now.
Y'all need
Nah,
to
you
serious
need it.
Dove high
Yeah.
on fucking
Oh,
ecstasy, man. But
Nice.
don't do drugs, kids.
Don't.
Don't do drugs. Whatever you do, don't do drugs, because they're... Yeah, you know, I can't say they're bad. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't say they're bad. Do them, don't do them, but don't do them. You didn't do them. Look what happened to you, you fucking idiot.
Fucking loser.
The sober one.
Hey, imagine being 5'6" and sober. It did.
Okay, should we end this podcast?
Yeah, I had a pock fall off. Damn it.
Oh,
Come on, bro.
Oh, shit. Come on, bro.
All right, this has been Flagrant. Peace.